was traveling, seeing the world. But Alexander instead spent his 20s conquering it, building one of the greatest empires the world had ever seen by the time he was 30. Alexander enthusiastically dismantled the Achaemenid Empire piece by piece, winning a series of battles that were decisive, efficient, and, as time went on, increasingly expected. He conquered Egypt, where he was declared a god, a status he seemingly expected with minimal hesitation, before pushing further and further east into Central Asia and even India, where he divided his time between conquest and his favourite hobby, establishing cities which he then named after himself. Eventually, however, his troops decided that they had done quite enough conquering for the time being and declined to march on any further. A rare example of someone saying no to Alexander and living to tell the tale. Alexander Chuckteruin returned west only to die in Babylon at the age of just 32. His empire collapsed almost immediately, but his reputation did not, which, from a historical standpoint, may have been the more important achievement. Alexander the Great remains thousands of years on, one of the most famous and celebrated conquerors ever to have walked the earth.
Macedonians! Have you ever seen so grand an army? Hear the acclamation that you fought beside Alexander on the day of his greatest victory! Let undying glory be the victor's prize.
Well, I mean, you can hear the crowd. Everyone is still not over what just happened and what we just witnessed.
I'm not over what just happened.
No, dude. No, dude. Typically, the chills come in when casting the epic set. We were in the back room there screaming. And, I mean, congratulations to Sebastian. An incredible series, a long time coming for a short time coming for him, maybe, because he's so new to the scene compared to the rest of the talents here. But that's what competitive Age of Empires is all about, right? Like digging deep, coming back. And I felt at least, you know, one of those games he could have had earlier. I thought, I've seen it all before. He let a game slip away in Game 5. He's going to regret that for the rest of the trip. What a turnaround. It was sick.
It all started in that Game 6, right? He took one great engagement. He absolutely snowballed the military. Then Hart was on damage control the whole time. And then Game 7, I mean, like, there was, what, 10 of us around a tiny little TV in the back.
Yeah, all leaning over.
Screaming. There was about 5 people who were part of the support staff, and they'd never really watched the game before, but they were locked
And the whole entire time, because we're trying to get on cue to get in our spots here in this amazing facility.
Is it going to end yet? Is it going to end yet?
We're like,
I don't know.
And we'd be like, oh yeah, Hart's got this, Hart's got this. And then they're like, all right, Hart's got this. And then we were like, what's the status, guys? We're like, no, Sebastian's got this. They might have been very confused. But
unbelievable.
Anyways, it sets the stage for the next best of 7.
Yes.
And the next best of 7 also should be incredibly competitive. I was just looking back because Viper and Yo have played each other so many times. They've been around our pro scene 10+ years. Both players have met each other in finals, semifinals, quarterfinals, whatever. And usually the closest sets between them are best of 7s. The last couple times we've had best of 7s, it was 4-2, 4-3, 4-3 between these two players. And some of them very recently. So I'm pumped for this one, dude.
Well, with one notable exception, which happened in the first Red Bull Wololo final.
Yeah.
That was a 4-0, and that saw the end of Viper's era of dominance. He still had success after that, but maybe there's still a feeling there for Viper. Maybe he just wants really good results against Yo, because that was a pretty definitive moment in Viper's career.
Absolutely. And I think at that time, there wasn't anything to really look to as far as confidence, right? And we see it from, in Hera's reign currently. It feels like every time he falls behind, you just think, how is he going to come back and win this? But for Viper, things change then. And I think a lot of that is once the floodgates open, once a player's broken once, people start to realize, like, okay, this person is human, right?
Yep.
And I think for Mr. Yo, he very much feels like he likes playing up against Viper's style. I remember an interview like 2 years ago. Yo's like, playing with Viper, he's like, it's actually less micro or focused than some of the other players out there. It's a lot more like macro and strategy, and that's where Yo really shines.
Well, we know Viper, we know Yo. We're ready for this quarterfinal best of 7. Let's meet the players.
The time has come for our next elimination match. 2 players stand ready. Only one will prevail.
Our first player took the long road to qualify, but very quickly during the group stage proved to us that he will always rise to the occasion. He's not just here to compete, he's here to create another masterpiece.
My friends, put your hands together and welcome to the Red Bull Wololo Londinium stage. It's the Viper!
And his opponent, the original Red Bull Wololo champion. When you go up against him, you better watch your back. Expect the unexpected from this living display of consistency.
Once again, please welcome to the stage our valiant competitor, a former Red Bull Wololo champion, Mr. Yo!
All right, folks. Well, there it is. There's an epic intro for both of them. And again, they go way back. Just scrolling through it here. The first time these two ever played a best of 7 against each other was in 2014. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, that was like 7 years ago. That's a long time. No, that was 12 years ago. We're all really, really old. So yeah, welcome to the oh crap moment there. These two are just so good, Dave. You can see how they performed in the ladder qualifier. Viper, of course, missing out of the top 4 in the ladder qualifier. Yo as well. And they both had to find their way back. Yo fought through the last chance qualifier. Viper was actually the replacement qualifier because he lost 4-3 to Sebastian to get here. So Viper had the ability to recover, of course. And then earlier on in the tournament, even got his revenge against Sebastian in the group stage. But things are shaping up here at Red Bull Wololo Londinium. I have been sitting, like many of the fans out there today, just waiting to be able to talk about AoE with you all. And I just want to say thank you, everyone, for watching with us. There is Mr. Yo getting prepped. But what are you thinking here, Dave? Any big things, any big call-outs that pop into your mind here as we get settled here?
When I look at a tournament bracket and I see Viper and Yo on the same side, I'm always anticipating that semifinal or that quarterfinal where they meet. I really look forward to the best of 7s. We've had some of our best sets between these two. Viper, calculated, he's precise, right? He's always winning the fights head-to-head, but that's the key to Yo. He doesn't want to take the fights head-to-head. He's going to sneak an army around the backside of your base, he's going to defend at home, and while you're distracted, that's when he's going to strike. So the snake has to be careful for Mr. Yo waiting in the grass.
I agree. No, and I think Viper's got to just really take the fights to him today. I think Viper needs to delay his town centers, delay his eco, send the pressure against Yo. Yo will know that's coming. And another thing with Mr. Yo, there's a lot to be said about Viper, but Mr. Yo loves to get a castle down, man.
Yes.
Usually it's to play unique units. We've kind of questioned that a little bit this week. Like, why are we trying the Konas, right?
Mapuche.
I mean,
yeah.
But there's a whole lot of things that aren't quite as questionable. So as we get a peek there, Viper's Spotify playlist, if we would keep loading up some music there potentially.
I think that was his razor.
Oh, was it? Oh, whatever. That probably makes more sense. But yeah, I think Viper should probably have banned out some really key civs. I'd love to see the draft here. Before we get into it, just some call-outs there. Spanish. Probably banned. Yeah, I mean, look at Viper's draft. He got Spanish out of there. He banned Mapuche, even though we weren't even convinced.
As well. We saw an excellent display of why Tupi shouldn't be allowed on certain maps here. Sebastian putting on a show for us there. And he also banned Saracens as well, which is a very dangerous civ on some of these maps. So this is an interesting draft for sure. Now, whenever Yo drafts, there's this feeling from other players. They watch it and they go, what?
Yeah,
like what is happening?
Why that pick? Yeah. But here, I'm seeing a lot of civilizations that have actually clicked across the board with other players. Koreans was the most played civilization in the ladder qualifier. Surprised that wasn't banned by Viper, to be honest. Then you've got Tatars. Hart has loved Tatars. Hera's loved Tatars. Byzantines. Many players love the Byzantines.
Huns. Yo got a win with them against Hera yesterday on Loch Ness.
Franks, Sebastian, we just saw win a game earlier today. Jurchens is a little bit unproven, but now you're getting to the later end of the draft, so that's acceptable. Berbers is very good for Yo's style of Camel Archer and maybe cheap Knights and Camels, and then Bohemians. One of the best games we've seen this tournament was with Bohemians, so I think Yo might have saw that, and he was like, I want to give that a try.
And I'm looking at Thames on the map pool, so we'll see what Viper has in store here. We'll see what devious plans Yo has cooked up. Yo at times in this tournament has looked a little bit inconsistent, right? There's been some sets where we've had questions, that set against Hard specifically, but he still managed to just drag it to a game 5 somehow. And that's what he does. He drags the games out, he gets his wins, and then he drags himself into a good position in the tournament. This time, quarterfinals.
And that's why I think there's a lot of energy around Yo right now, because with Viper, consistency throughout a whole series has been a real weak point for him, right? Like game 1, game 2, game 3, maybe it's all firing, but if the opponent keeps it close, maybe Viper's only up 2-1, you then have a really long game 4.
Yeah.
Viper's been at this a long time, right? There's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of energy out there. Things can really wear on you. That's only human, so it's a really tough one for me to call, Dave. I think the draft is close. You've got some unique things on either side. I really think this is a draft that both players will be very happy with. They've got some great civs. There will be some matchup things to worry about, like Stone Drift, actually, which we should get
Stone
to.
Drift, I'm really wondering
map.
for Yo, because I see Armenians there for Viper. It did really well against him when Leary picked it. That's a solid civ on that map, but what is Mr. Yo going to use? Do you want to use your Koreans pick on Stone Drift? You'd rather use it somewhere else, I think.
I mean,
Byzantines?
Koreans are pretty damn good civ for that map. You have the cheap ships, you have lots of stone to build the towers. Like, getting a win against Viper to start off, you just do that in any way possible. I think it's got to be Koreans. I think it's fairly transparent. But actually, we haven't seen as many Hulks. We've seen galleys and we've seen fires. So maybe if he's expecting galleys from Viper's Armenians, Byzantine bonus of faster working fires might actually apply here.
It could apply. He could also, I could see Mr. Yo going for something like Berbers on that map.
Yeah, just
counting on the extra. Well, you also get the extra ship speed as well with Berbers, which could be nice if you're going to play into galleys. But regardless, we will see. Stone Drift going to be our first map. There's Mr. Yo. He's getting locked in. Viper on the other side. We've got a best of 7 in front of us. I have a feeling we might go to 7 games on both these series.
Yeah, I have a feeling we won't be getting a lot of sleep tonight. I think this is going to be a very long set.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. Yeah, we are literally here for it. No problems whatsoever. But players locking in, getting ready to start the first one. Again, everyone, thanks so much for watching. Want to take a special moment to shout out everyone as well who worked so hard to make all this happen. Switching venues to this venue where we've got 800 people watching. There's a lot at play.
They did it this morning.
They did it this morning, yeah, and it's gone incredibly well. So I know that, you know, the certain percentage of internet commenters out there can occasionally nitpick the tiniest little detail, but there haven't been many of those.
No.
It's been amazing today, and it's been amazing to cast. It just lets us do our job, focus on Age of Empires, have some fun, and then the players as well. Very seamless to get them set up, practice, and get ready to go.
Shout out to everybody in the crowd as well. The energy was electric earlier.
Yes,
I can hear them now. Let's go. I was sitting up top, you were as well, and it was just so cool, especially in that first and second game, to hear the cheers with the micro, especially in that second game of the last set when they were just dancing with the crossbows. Hopefully we can see something similar here.
I was just like you guys, by the way. I got some popcorn, and I was walking to my seat, and I had put maybe a little too much popcorn in my mouth when I had like 4 people come up and ask for a photo, and I kind of freaked out, didn't know what to do. It looked awkward. Hopefully they don't judge me too much. But
well, I'm assuming we have a lot of Brits, maybe some people from the Isles in the crowd this evening.
Yeah, Brits don't judge people. They're not
Can we
judging.
get a cheer on what your opinion of T90's wonderful red jacket is that he's been sporting this entire event?
It wasn't my choice, guys. Settle down. It wasn't my choice. It
Any Americans in the crowd? Not in favor of the red jacket.
There's quite a few Americans,
Yeah, I know.
actually, and that was the thing they opened with. Again, production thought this was funny. Production continues to think this is funny.
I think
because
it's hilarious.
This was their choice.
Yeah, it's
So thank you for putting me on camera as Davis brought this up. That makes me feel very good. There is our wonderful shield, our Red Bull Wololo Londinium, and there is the Viper ready to go. We are just moments away from the series starting. Man, I can't wait. I wanna spam 14 right now. What
Here we
map
go.
are we gonna get, Dave?
We know what it's gonna be. We see 2 islands. We see a wonderful map. Let's lead you to the lands of the stone and drift, where 2 islands are separated, multiple islands in the center, filled with stone and snakes. This will be a primarily water-based map, but who will land on their opponent's side first? Why am I turning into Riley Knight?
I don't know, but I was really looking forward to seeing
Who will sail? Who will conquer?
how will this be decided?
Yes. And in the room at the back, he's impersonating a typical Canadian accent at the moment, as he so often does.
Hey, way better than my impersonation of an Australian accent 10 minutes ago.
That was
God.
horrific.
Thank God the microphone wasn't in front of my face. That would have been bad. But yeah, I do think draft-wise, Viper's got kind of a win-win theoretically going into this because it's a very late Civ pick. Armenians are very good. So if Viper starts off with a win against Koreans, that feels like 1.25 wins or something, right? Because you've got the lower priority Civ pick victory. So let's see what we get. Yeah, this is exactly what we're talking about. I want to hear the crowd here in London as we started off. The Viper versus Yo, best of 7 to move into the semifinals tomorrow, Dave. And Viper is opening with a transport ship, and he's going for militia right now.
Yeah, we saw Hera do a very similar thing, right? He went for the men-at-arms approach, and it caught Yo completely off guard on this map. So if it worked once, why not do it again? Yo is going for the docks. He's not getting greedy and adding the fish like he did last time. He's going right for the galleys. He's going to come forward, and he might find that transport ship. Viper will send the fishing ships forward a little bit to hide the transport ship behind. And by the time he comes back, the transport ship's already gone. He kept them there on purpose.
Bro, that was so good. That was so good. And yeah, if Yo doesn't know this is coming, that is the key, right?
Yep.
That's the difference between 1 or 2 villagers going down or 0 going down. There's Viper. We might want to check Yo's fog of war here because Yo's just making boats and expecting Viper to do the same.
So last time against Hera, he had a scout on auto scout. He saw the units, but the scout kept going, and Yo didn't notice it. And he saw Viper for a second, but he doesn't move his scout. He did not notice that.
Yeah, but I think he didn't see enough water yet. He didn't see any galleys. He didn't see enough movement. And Mr. Yo is so experienced. I think in some ways he's expecting something, but it's been a long time. Now he's convincing himself maybe Viper is going galleys. He's still looking back at his base every so often, I'm sure. And there's Viper. Here come the
He's
men-at-arms.
not expecting
It's
this.
Koreans,
Oh, he
though.
is! He is! He saw the men-at-arms with the extended line of sight on the villagers. Excellent quick walls there from Mr. Yo. You have to hit that wall. He does!
Wow, well played. Now, this could still get a lot of value here for the Viper. Viper can still get long sword, which only his Civ can get in this age. He's also adding an archery range. So this should immediately change the game plan here for Yo. And it's tough for Yo because you can garrison in Viper's position into the dock. He's still adding Navy. Multitasking is so difficult right now.
Yeah, one fishing ship extremely weak as well. Viper's got to be careful with that one, but he does have the repair villager here. The primary advantage right now for Yo is just the amount of galleys that he has on the field right now. He's got fletching as well, which Viper is missing. Viper not doing damage against that gold or killing a villager is a huge deal.
This is where it gets crazy, though. This is where we need maybe a double box incoming because now the archer shows up. Now Yo's got to work a little bit harder, which should mean it's tougher for him to micro here. Now Viper as well. He also has to micro both sides, and he still doesn't have the numbers next to the dock. He's pulling back. Yo's going to fight. Yo's going to try and trap Viper, which is extremely ambitious, and he blocks his own villagers.
What is this from Mr. Yo? He tried to trap the archer as if the men-at-arms didn't exist.
Oh, man. And now just being off of gold could mean he can't produce on water, but he has been able to still pressure Viper. But I like the theme of the game so far for Viper. If you just spam boats here against Mr. Yo. I think Koreans are maybe the better civilization with all the savings. He's really testing Yo's multitasking to start the series.
Yeah, and if Yo senses that Viper's not really going to invest on water, he can just go up to Castle Age. Look at his resources right now. They're actually looking pretty good as soon as he locks down that gold, but still some concerns at the back as we see the men-at-arms kind of roaming around Yo's base looking for picks.
Viper's got a lot of healthy food eco, Dave. He has like 8 or 9 farms, maybe more back there. Yo hasn't been able to do the same. And so to start off the series, it's like Viper striking first, Yo having to react. There is the chance. Yo loves a counter transport. So if he finds a moment where he's defended at home, would not be surprised to see him try that.
And if you get villagers over there with Koreans in the Castle Age, those towers come up quick. And they're really tough to take out. But in a very similar situation as Viper, he already has a villager over there. If he gets to Castle Age, he can make the fortified churches.
Yeah.
And those are really, really tough to take
There's
out.
a lot you can make, but this is what we're talking about. The garrison on the dock has really helped Viper out there, even though he hasn't had the numbers.
There's a tower for Viper as well, and Yo doesn't see it. Just outside the line of sight,
How
I
does he
believe.
not see it? I thought Koreans.
Oh, he can.
Oh, he just hasn't reacted to
He
it.
hasn't reacted to it. I mean, he used the stone on the tower before, right? He doesn't know how many archers are over there. That's an ambitious tower from Viper, and Viper, meanwhile, over here with the scout killing a villager. He's in with the men-at-arms. Yo is busy with the tower.
Oh, that's so
Viper's
good.
gonna get kills.
That's so good. Yo had to go deal with the tower. Viper doesn't even care about that tower now, to be honest. And the key here, Dave, and this is a masterpiece from Viper, is the water is going to be his as well. Viper is still producing on water. He has not lost any fishing ships. Viper's about to move out and take Yo off water.
And Yo still hasn't clicked up to Castle Age, despite having such a huge food lead earlier. Viper's probably going to be the first one up. I think Yo's going to be extremely busy here. He unqueues the villager and he's up to the Castle Age. Never mind. Nice job from Yo. Viper, did he not have the second building? He did. Okay.
Yeah, he did. He had
He
the
had the
archer
archer
range,
range
had the
and the
blacksmith.
blacksmith, yeah.
Just lacked a little bit of gold. But think about what your typical ask is on a water map. You want to win the water. Boom. Right? Well, Viper's just done that in a very different way here, right? Like, to be able to completely destabilize the Koreans is amazing, and then he still has the potential, as long as that villager's alive. I really want Viper to keep that villager alive on that tower.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only villager he has over there, right? You have to keep that alive in the Castle Age so you can get a fortified church. Yo's not killing that. Viper might even complete the tower, which would be brutal because it starts ranging the gold. And now Viper has a lot of control on water. And what's in the queue for Mr. Yo? 1 fire galley.
Look at the amount on food right now. He's got 1 on food. Viper's got 22 on food. I want to see Viper go for a stable, to be honest. Because I'm very anti-gifting your opponent a relic.
Yep.
So there's a little bit of a risk
Quick
to maybe
walls there
build a
from Viper.
fortified church. But
Still has
either
the
way,
skirms.
I mean, Yo is in a really rough spot economically right now, Dave. The only thing he'll be able to spend is wood and gold.
It looked like a really nice start for Mr. Yo, right? He was good on the water. He had good damage control. If he kills this villager, it's huge, though. Viper hops in. Can he run away? This looks like a Viper quick wall opportunity. He's on the move. He's on the way to Castle Age. He's 26 seconds away from building that first fortified church.
To be honest, I think Viper has extreme confidence. He never even builds that tower. He's just 3 TC booming and making ships now. Curious to see how long his town centers are delayed and what he chooses to do with that Vil. Because that Vil does not benefit him right now. No siege workshop. Okay, there's the church. No stable or anything. But the church is still really in a really good position.
Yo needs to hunt down that villager, and I think he is. And that villager is extremely weak. So is the skirm.
Oh.
But if he can kill this Vil, it's a huge deal. It's a massive
where's the transport?
deal.
Where's the
Transport ship
transport?
is on the other side. Fortified church will not complete. Viper needs to send more units over, and Yo is making turtle ships.
Well,
big moment for Mr. Yo.
Yeah,
right there.
huge, because if Viper could continue to pressure him there, this game would just be an even bigger nightmare than it's already been. Turtle ships are incredibly tanky, and after recent changes, I'm not really even sure what you're supposed to make against them. They've recently made it so the ores move.
I think Hulks are good.
Okay.
I think Hulks might be good against turtle ships. You need to outnumber them, though. Let's see. It's a perfect testing round right here. The Hulks are doing okay damage.
That's not it. You can't go 3v2. It's got to be like 7v2 or something. Turtles can definitely turn this game around for Mr. Yo. I want to see Viper on town centers right now. You see Yo's on town centers. You have all these resources floating at the moment. Sometimes you get really hyper fixated on the micro.
I think
and
he
you
needs
don't
to bring
focus on
Vils
the
over.
eco.
Yeah, I think he needs to bring Vils over. He's going to go for an extra TC, but he needs to get the fortified church push going on Yo's Island. If for no other reason than denying the resources over there.
Yeah.
Taking half of the island and then you just contest water is really, really solid. There's not a ton of resources on the map, so if you can deny them from the right side of Yo's base, that's fantastic.
That is a massive fleet of turtles. Turtles are not cheap, and Yo queuing up the transport
Fire
ship.
Lancers as well.
Wow, so Yo, as he takes some damage here, I think is starting to think that he's got the water locked down. This could be a ridiculous game, dude.
Yeah, I want to see what Viper's solution to the turtles is. Right now he's got 2 war galleys, 2 hulks, and 2 fires.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with just a lot of hulks or a lot of fires. I wish I could come in here and tell you with certainty which one was better.
I don't think anyone really knows.
It's really difficult because they're so cheap now, and they've changed the attack a couple times. Viper's coming in with some new vills, though, so he'll still have the land attack. But I'm still curious on Yo's transport ship.
Yeah, where is it?
Yeah, because if that gets spotted, that could go... Oh, now it's his turn to be sneaky.
Did Viper see that for a second? I don't think he did. I don't think he did. Yo's going to be incredibly sneaky, and this is one of the things that we pointed out at the beginning of the set. This is... Never mind! Viper saw it right in front of the turtle ships.
Did he see it, though? Did he see it? He
Oh,
could be looking
100%.
elsewhere. Because if he doesn't know about it, that's everything.
Did the
here.
turtles block that for a long enough amount of time where Viper just didn't notice?
Well,
I guess
the
so.
other aspect
Oh,
is like,
well,
what on earth do you actually do?
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? You have no army here. Your army's on the front. So, like, yeah, we've seen tower rushes from Koreans really snowball. And we've seen Mr. Yo hang on a lot of situations where the start was brutal.
Yeah.
This is the perfect setup for the series. This is precisely what we said. Viper with the aggression. Yo holds on, and Yo tries to take very different types of fights.
That transport ship was visible for a very long period of time as we see a pause here. Viper and Yo trying to figure out an issue. Maybe it's keyboard related. Maybe they just had a cramp or something, but we should be going shortly. There we go. It's a barracks and a tower. Viper goes for the outpost over here, although we should be able to see this already.
All right, so Yo has been spotted by Viper. It's tough for Viper to deal with this. Now Yo's finding out Viper's been here and has rebuilt the church. There's a lot of surprises going on right now. Viper does move in pretty early, though, and he doesn't have any repairs for the ram, but maybe more villagers can come in, and Yo will be pushed off the gold.
I mean, one thing that has to be considered is these skirms have gotten a ton of value for Viper throughout the game. Look at the Eco KD right now.
Yeah.
It is 15-1 in favor of Viper, and I think
Unreal.
only 4 of those were fishing ships. And Yo is committing against these rams with the villagers.
He doesn't have enough?
Now he's counting on this land push on Viper's island to really make the damage because he's taken so much at home.
Also, like, Viper's fishing ships haven't gone down, Dave, so he still has the fishing eco, and the turtle ships are just not exactly where they need to be for Yo. Yo is still tower rushing. Yo might go for a push himself, but he kind of needs gold for this.
If this is a base trade situation, and if that's the win condition for Mr. Yo, he's just too late. Like, Viper has already done so much damage at his home island.
I
You
don't
look at
know,
the villager
though.
count, it's
I don't know,
53.
though. I don't know. I think there's death on Viper's side. There's a lot of going on over there. I'm pretty sure Viper doesn't actually have an answer to this right now. Yo has another gold in the south, below that wood line. If he shifts over there and he takes down this ram, I think he's actually kind of okay.
Look at the Eco KD and tell me he's okay.
Well, he's okay considering the Eco KD, all right? Obviously, you can't ignore the past, but, you know, there's positives to the present here. He's got the outpost. Viper not able to do anything about that.
That's a nice touch there from Mr. Yo. Unfortunately, there's a snake there. Remember, they do have poison damage, so that villager might actually end up dying as Mr. Yo looks for more opportunities. 2 fortified churches at home. She barely manages to survive, and Viper just converts the forward villager.
Yeah.
It's actually a nice touch.
Yeah, it's a nice touch. Viper will hope to hold with his monks and his
There's
Mangonels.
Garrison there, too.
Has to stop the tower.
In the nick of time.
I think he did. I'm not entirely certain if he destroyed the tower or not. I think Yo might have deleted, but that was so close.
If Viper gets one big shot against those villagers, they all go down. Nice rocket card shot there from Mr. Yo. But once again, the skirms, the value from these skirmishers of Viper has been insane.
Yep, and once again, we learned that building archery ranges on forward islands is very valuable in Age of Empires.
Yeah, incredibly prolific strategy from one of the casters here.
Imagine if you built 3. It'd be even better than 1.
It would be even better than 1 as we see Viper expanding forward now. He's got a ram with some units garrisoned. He's got another follow-up ram there, and Yo is still pushing. It's still a dangerous push. Viper can't clear it up, but like, there's really no eco behind that TC anymore.
Listen, I'm telling you, I've seen too many Mr. Yo games where he clings to life here. There's something just not right here for Viper. He doesn't have an answer to this. He lost to Mangonel. His skirms, they've done well, but they're gonna get cleared up now. There's towers coming up.
I think if you go Ram, Warrior, Priest at home, you can actually clear that.
But where's Viper's gold? Like, where's his eco for that right now? His eco is really awkward. I guess it's there.
He does almost have enough stone for a castle, too.
Where do you castle, though?
Yo's Island.
I know, I'm getting excited
Where's
for it.
the transport from Viper, right? Is he thinking about it? Is he considering it?
Because what you don't want, if you are feeling the pressure like I believe Viper is right now, you don't want to just react to Yo. The whole game has been trying to take the reactions away from the opponent, so... Dave, it's 68 villagers versus 63 right now.
Which
and
is
Yo's building
remarkable
towers
because
everywhere.
Yo has lost 32.
Yeah.
And Yo has actually tried to add more fishing ships, but Viper sniped those down right away. The skirms are still getting value here. Ram's going around to the other side. This castle will make it difficult for Yo to push, and I don't believe that he can stop that because the fortified church is right next to it.
I'd like to
Plus
see...
Redemption is in.
Assuming Viper clears that or completes his castle, he can always have a monk or two around for any rocket carts. I'd really like to see him think about going back on water. Now that's tough against the 5 turtles. I think if you take the water away from Yo now, it becomes a really complicated game for Yo. But how's he supposed to know that? And his resources are forever at the limit here, so...
These are the type of games that Yo just never goes away. Like he's
This is
just
way better for
always
Yo.
clinging on. Yeah, the fact that he got that transfer ship going across to Viper's Island, the fact he got that first tower up after revealing the ship,
Yep.
really, really solid from him. Viper is still pushing, and credit to Viper for constantly applying pressure on Yo's Island. These ballistic skirms have gotten an incredible amount of value, and now there's a Mangonel added in. So Yo's going to have to go for defensive towers
Okay, all
against
right.
this.
I know what's going to happen here. Yo can't stop this. Yo still got the turtles. Yo still has the transport ship. Yo is banking up enough stone.
He's going to put them all in the ship.
I know. I've seen this
Bring
story
over
before.
the transport.
I have seen this story before. We could be very wrong, obviously. It's very easy for us to simplify what someone should do. I think Viper got a big conversion there.
No,
he converted.
he killed all the
converted
forward
it.
villagers.
Oh my God. What a swing. That's huge for Viper. Oh man, and the town center's almost down as well. That was horrible for Mr. Yo. For the first time in a long time, Yo's taking damage at home, and he hasn't applied any damage to Viper.
And this might just be an unsustainable amount of damage. Like, the villagers are trying to repair
is
the
no
TC.
wood!
He doesn't have wood, and the TC goes down.
Oh man, losing the town center is so painful. Viper's castle ended up
And he
defending
buys
himself.
another one.
No, that's one expensive town center, dude.
300 wood, 100 stone bought to place that TC in the exact location it just existed a moment ago.
We've seen that happen before in real life.
Third town center as well for Mr. Yo, so he thinks he can just boom his way out of this.
Well, I think he has no choice at this point because you can no longer pressure Viper, and now you need to hope that you can rat it out with towers.
he also does have a foothold on the island on the center, so he's got a ton of stone available, right?
Well, that was my next statement. I think
start towering those
Viper's
up.
next play is going to be to reclaim water.
Yes.
So get some towers up there in the future.
I do like the fact that Viper is focusing a little bit more on eco upgrades now. Maybe another town center could be in the cards, although he's at 99 stone, which is incredibly frustrating for him. Maybe going out to secure those middle islands, or at least just get access to a stone mine could be useful as well.
Yeah, and Viper has just got to cling to
There's
life
the
with
docks.
everything he can right now.
Yeah.
Just try and hold. Now, this is going to be funny because Viper's got units in a transport ship. Viper's transport ship, where's he going?
No, he's perfectly fine. He's going to the other side.
I mean, composite bowmen are pretty good here. They're better than the skirmishers were. And now the turtles have found the redock. But that's a lot of docks from the Viper.
Yo has found the redock. Yo knows exactly what Viper is up to. Viper's getting the ship techs in the university. He's roaming around with these composite bowmen. He's going to snipe some vills, but Yo still somehow at 66 villagers. He's lost 52 eco units this game as Viper tries to clear up that last tower.
I feel like Yo kind of forgot about the turtles, which is quite sad, you know? Those turtles were patrolling in no man's land in the middle there. I think he really could have been patrolling on the forward shoreline to deny those docks. He'll notice it now, but this gives Viper a lot of time, and Again, Viper's not going away on land anytime soon, now that he's got the Siege Workshop pumping out Rams and the Composite Bowman.
Nice
Oh,
dodge
nice
from
micro.
Viper. The step back micro. Mr. Yo plans on him doing it again. Viper just continues forward, and he gets more value with these composite bowmen. Range is now going up on the right side there from Viper, but the Fire Lancers are here, and the rocket cart is still patrolling around as we see Viper trying to take out the turtles. I think he has enough now. I think he has enough to clear this.
That was the only positive that Yo has had is the turtle ships.
Or does he?
Yeah, true.
Hello?
They're incredible, but they're so weak and they're so clunky, and it's so tough to get away with them. And yeah, Viper's got the numbers, Dave. If Viper just full spends his resources right now, he'll be in the Imperial Age soon on a map where Navy can dominate. Beautiful
Look at Yo's
job.
res. How does he keep surviving here? Surviving and not really thriving,
Yeah,
but
but to be fair, no one has thrived,
Yeah.
except for the viewers. So this is the who's winning? The viewers type of game.
he's got 500 food in the bank, 900 gold in the bank, Mr. Yo.
Oh,
He's got
Rocket Cart
a lot
converted.
of stone. Rocket Cart got converted. Redemption came in earlier, a lot earlier. Viper hasn't been able to take advantage of it. Viper trying to get back on water. I think Yo needs to do the same thing, but like it's just such a smoother transition for Viper because Yo still needs to defend on land. Viper cleared everything.
And I say this as a compliment, but Viper is just being so annoying.
Oh, that is not a good position
Oh.
for Mr. Yo. The timing was horrific. He cancels it right away.
All right, well, I mean, Yo,
Oh, that's
actually good for Yo that it found it right away, but
Yeah.
bad for Yo. He has to tap out because Viper was able to use the chaos there and take game number one. And I'm not sure exactly, they have the noise-canceling headphones. You take it off after the game, you probably get to hear the crowd. I would be doing that if I'm Viper.
Yeah.
I want the energy from the live crowd here.
Yeah, that's a game that, like, statistically we were looking at. We were thinking, okay, Viper has this, Viper has this, Viper has this. And in classic Mr. Yo fashion, he just keeps surviving. He just finds that one little edge to drag the game out. This time he couldn't make it work. Credit to the Viper, constantly applying pressure on Mr. Yo's island, constantly pushing and not letting Mr. Yo distract him.
This was sick. This was sick.
This
if
was
Yo
really
knew
good.
this was coming,
Yeah.
the rest of the game
See,
changes.
Viper thought about pulling them back, and then he's like, no, I need to delay for my transport.
Yeah. And he didn't do it so long. He didn't move so far
It wasn't
away.
suspicious.
So Yo, exactly. It was a little suspicious, but it wasn't suspicious, you know. And yeah, obviously Yo did make the very good counterplay there, but Viper ended up retaking water. Really a hard game to break down. This was a surprise.
So confusing. I think he was like just hard focused, tunneled on the archer, and he forgot about the men in arms.
I appreciate the confidence, bro. Like
he lost 2 bills for that. So
that's a 100 quick walls from Viper against
Yeah.
him, where he won some revenge there. But amazing game. Viper. We didn't have to end up dealing with the turtle ships for a really long time because he went to land.
Oh, these
and
skirms were the
were
MVP.
huge. The
Yeah.
skirms were huge.
skirms were amazing. Viper had ballistics for those early. This town center, I mean, this
A
was a
sad
difficult
situation.
fight for Mr. Yo. The replacement of it was questionable because it wasn't even good after he replaced it. But
man.
here we are. You can see Viper's view. What a view for him looking up at the audience under the bright lights.
Absolutely. Now, I'd love to see draft here again if we can, because I need to restate just how big that was there for Viper. Viper looking at the crowd, looking at the camera here as we get prepped. He's got to be happy. But Dave, when you draft for a tournament series in AoE, sometimes it's just one low pick to break the high picks. That's how you see it, right? Because the level is extremely close. Sometimes it's a strategy that prevails. That was Yo's best pick there. That was Koreans. And Viper wins with the Armenians. So that's got to feel so good for Viper.
Yeah, we had that conversation with ACCM last night, right? Where he's saying good drafters, they're beating the #1 pick of their opponent with like the #6 pick.
Yep.
And then the entire draft just kind of explodes for that player after that, right? Because they were counting on getting that win. So great pick there from Viper. Excellent draft for Stone Drift. Where do you think Mr. Yo goes here?
Just thinking about it real quick here. Don't have an immediate answer for you. I think you want a map where you can be more strategic. I don't think you want to immediately go into a map where there's a ton of early pressure from Viper, because that's what happened previously. I kind of like his first pick there, Glacis. I think that would be a good map for him here, but I'm not really sure on the Sid pick there. I would guess he'd go Byzantines. I honestly could see Viper going for Romans there. late game, Byzantines do dominate. So we saw that crazy comeback from Yo against Hart, where he was behind the entire game and won with the better late game civ.
There's been a couple civs attempted on glasses that are, you know, Cumans have been attempted there. I saw them work in some practice games. Ketons have been attempted there. Romans is the consensus pick, right?
Yeah.
And then we look over at Yo's civ draft. I saw him trying Berbers on that map in practice.
Okay.
It didn't look great.
Mr. Yo. But that's,
I hope he doesn't go back to it.
That's the thing about Yo. Like, Yo has basically had to train himself not to pick Bohemians and Berbers top 3, right? Because he loves those civs so much. He doesn't want to do it. But
We're
yeah,
not
let's
going
find
to.
out what map we've got for the
Volvine.
next one. It's going to be Volvine.
Here we go.
And
Viper's got Georgians.
There's the pines in the middle. There's the foxes, which will forever annoy me because they're quite loud. But apparently there's a lot of them in London. I haven't seen a single fox. Am I looking at the wrong spots? No? Okay.
No. I haven't seen it
apparently
either.
yes. Oh, man. I'm sure someone here will tell me. But, you know, the civilization where Koreans was actually played the most in the ladder qualifiers was this
Volvine.
map. So,
well,
like,
I mean, the civilization, the map where Koreans were played the most is every single map in the qualifier.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, it's really a shame for the stats that the Koreans were played to the level they were, because it's like everyone's most played civ was Koreans. But we should be into it here soon, folks. I'm thinking has to be a bounce back game for Yo, because he knows everything I know. If you lose here, you're thinking, God, why didn't I have Koreans here? You're down 0-2.
Yeah.
It would snowball very quickly.
Yeah.
And I could see him playing Huns and trying to go Cav Archers here.
I could see that, especially if he thinks Viper's going to play Georgians. You just kind of match them until the Castle Age,
Yeah.
and then you out-spam them with the Cav Archers.
Yeah, it's a really tough map for farming, and because of that, it's I think perfect for Cav
I think
Archers.
it scales towards wood gold comps.
Yeah. Yep.
Byzantines. for
Byzantines.
Mr. Yo. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Koreans would spam skirmishers.
Yep.
And fire lancers. Byzantines have the cheap spears and the cheap skirmishers, rather. So that's
And
doable.
you can go camels if your opponent's playing into knights or
Yep.
something.
Viper, if he's got Georgians, I think he will go for it.
I think it's Georgians.
And it's Vietnamese.
Vietnamese, never mind.
Well, talking about skirmishers and fire lancers, there you go. That civ
Still a great civ pick.
is fantastic. Yeah.
And I think does it scale a little bit better against Byzantines than Georgians does? I think it does.
If there was going to be a game in this series to go down to the final moment, it would probably be with these two civs. We arrive to the land of the foxes here. We have Viper very happy after winning the first game. And yeah, Vietnamese Byzantines, Dave.
Yeah, Viper is going to be the early aggressor, I think. I don't think Yo's going to go for that spear skirm spam right away. He's just going to open with archers. Let's see if the players pull their villagers away from the sides as well. If they're playing archers, that golden come is so valuable.
Nice snipe there from Viper. He starts it off. Here's the thing about these foxes. So you get golden come when you eat them, but you don't need to drop off the gold at a mining camp or anything. So it's very fast. And you start with 4 villagers just fully surrounded by foxes. They're exposed, but if you just run home, you're down 400 or 500 resources collected. So you pretty much got to take them. And if you're going to get the gold, you kind of want to base your strategy around getting the gold. So that's why I think we're seeing archers from both.
Yeah, really nice from Viper to take that scout from Mr. Yo. So he can scout the double range from Yo right away, and Yo's not going to have vision on his second range going up.
Yeah, true. And Viper will mix in some skirmishers here. It seems like it's the same thing from Yo. But the scout is down there for Yo, and we all know how much Mr. Yo likes to get that auto scout, but it looks like Viper's scout is down as well. So neither player getting any scouting intel right now.
Viper also with the 4 villagers still out on the right side. And Yo can't find that if he doesn't have a scout. He's going to have to send a spearman or an archer over there.
Viper has kind of wandered the wrong way. Typically, you take the foxes on the way back home.
Yeah, but if he goes that way, Yo might not find him. If you go to the corner with them, sometimes it's a good plan.
Yeah, we'll see if Viper could find the way. Maybe he just ran out of foxes, but resources collected is very close. Vietnamese, of course, benefit from the cheaper and faster research and eco upgrades. I think he's just looking for foxes, honestly.
Well, he's found him.
Yeah.
Unlike you.
No, I can find them because I can hear them. but I guess you mean realistic. Yeah, we've been in the city a couple days. I've never seen a situation where I've been like, I think there's going to be a fox
look
here.
at how much the foxes are helping them, right? Yo's got 500 gold in the bank.
Yeah, it changes your whole build.
Viper's got 400 gold in the bank right now.
It's actually a big reason why I think we see Saracens picked here at times, because you get so much gold and you just buy food at a cheap price. Other reasons for the Saracens, of course, but Viper needs that market as well. I think he's going to arrive to the same conclusion, but he'll arrive to the conclusion later than Yo.
Yeah, he doesn't have the wood right away. He has it now. Yo's already gone for that market. Yo should be able to hit that market first, and with the amount of gold he has on the bank, he might be able to go up.
What do you think about Wheelbarrow here? It's faster, but it's not a farming map. So you're researching it because you know if your opponent researches it, you'll be ahead.
Well,
could delay the castle time maybe.
With Vietnamese, it comes in pretty quick, right? Wheelbarrow is coming in for Viper right now. When I was watching this map on the ladder, Wheelbarrow, if people got it early, really helped them because you're going to need to expand to these wood lines and these golds and these stones, and raids are coming in like fast and furious, and Wheelbarrow lets you save a lot of villagers that you might not otherwise save.
It's more so for saving villagers
I think so,
than the carry capacity, yeah. Well, I like this from Yo. He knows it's going to be a skirm war, so he just uses his leftover archers to move around, but Viper is seemingly waiting for him there, and Viper, I think, realized the archers were no longer in the group. Amazing game sense from Viper and tracking, and he should be able to use the market and click up, and depending on micro here, we'll see what happens. It's so funny. The Sebastian hard game too on this map was like ridiculous micro. Yo's not typically known for to be the dancing type here, so let's see how that goes.
Yeah, Viper has snuck 2 archers around here too. Good temporary gate wall for Yo. It's going to enable those skirms to get over here. These are still the Fox villagers. Yeah. Viper is trying to hunt that down. Can he get it before the skirms fire on him? I think Yo can't save this.
Can we please check the north of the map? Because Viper thinks he's killed those archers, and they... Viper's like, where did they go? Viper, don't think about it too much, bro. They're still in the corner.
That's a big skirmisher army as well. How many does Viper have at home? How many does he have waiting for him? Similar size.
Yeah, similar size, but he could be later to upgrades.
He's
Archers
going for
around.
a second barracks as well, so I think it's going to be Fire Lancer. Skirm Fire Lancer for Viper.
It's so good, Dave. It's so good. They nerfed the Fire Lancer with like 3 different nerfs, but it's so strong. And
well, you don't need any tanks to really get into it.
Exactly. A lot of units, if you want to know the #1 reason why the Fire Lancer is strong is because most of things in AoE, you have to like build up a lesser version and then upgrade it. And of course, there's a cost and time investment for the upgrade. Fire Lancer's just boom, there, right out of the box when you get to Castle Age. There's other reasons, of course, but
what is she doing out there?
Yeah, she was sent out for foxes, and just passing from Mr. Yo. Just passing from
fine.
Mr. Yo. She's gonna have a crazy story to tell her friends when she gets back home.
Skirmishers extending from both. Castle Age is already in for Yo. Viper, when he sees that timing, I think he needs to go back. He's trying to get some value before Bodcanero comes in, and he does get a couple snipes, but it's time to go home right now, Viper, because Bodcanero is about to click.
Yeah, Viper really trusts his micro against Yo, but that timing difference can be everything here. And I think that Yo is in a beautiful position here, Dave. Like, how often are you going to get basically a full minute to pressure Viper before he has the army to match you? Viper can't go for the town centers very easily. Yo still has the stone. Now we're going to see Wheelbarrow, for the sake of saving villagers, come in clutch.
And it's just going to scale well over time, right? We see the res collected a little bit more for Viper here. He's getting Elite Skirm. He's getting Bodcanero. He's on the back foot, but he's still okay. Byzantines playing into Knights isn't the worst thing.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to see that Yo's actually going for the Knights, to be honest with you. There's the archers were finally found on that side.
Yo saw the flags on the barracks, too. So he sees double barracks. He knows it's going to be Fire Lancer Skirm.
Well, I think he might have just found out that it's double barracks, and maybe he will take his foot off the gas with the Knights. Beautiful micro from Viper here, though. And Viper, oh, he gets hit by a Knight there, so he has to be careful. And there's a couple more villagers exposed as well. Very awkward back area of Viper's eco. That Knight's finding value, and I don't think Viper knew those villagers were over there.
Yeah, and the Fire Lancers have to go all the way around to try and counter that Knight. So Viper's got a couple villagers walking around. I think just bad pathing around, trying to get to that gold. And Yo takes advantage of it. 3 exposed villagers sniped.
Yo's chilling, man. Yo's absolutely chilling. I don't know if it's quite living the dream, but it's getting close to it. He'll drop the second TC. He's still always posing that threat to run into Viper's base, which is exposed. And there's the third town center. And Byzantines, they have cheap counter units to last throughout the entire game. As long as you are able to do a bit more damage to your
Also,
opponent
Monks
that has
at
the
home.
eco, you should be able to chill here.
Monks at home for Mr. Yo. You can see that unit targeted with a conversion. He's got excellent line of sight from Byzantine's building, so he can see this coming from
Well
a mile
done as
away.
well from Yo. Well done with the quick
Walls it
walls.
up. The TC's going to go up fine. He is losing the head-to-head fights against Viper, but that's no surprise to Mr. Yo. That's happened his entire career.
Yeah.
He needs to try and get that random damage, right? Those 3 villagers he killed before, and then expand his eco behind.
Here's a moment, though. Every other player here, they're split microing their skirms to try and dodge a couple volleys. Yo he doesn't have any interest in it.
Yeah.
He's
He'll send the
focused
knight.
on other things. He just sends the knight, exactly. You know, as Doubt would say, he's like, you know, this was what Age of Empires was before the micro nerds showed up, you know?
Oh, that's a good counterattack from Viper, though. He's caught Mr. Yo in a bad position on that wood line. You can see the skirms coming in.
Oh, the knight's weak as well, Dave.
The knight is weak. The monk is there. The monk gets sniped by Viper. Good micro to pull those skirms away, but the Fire Lancer did get converted. However, Mr. Yo losing the skirms on the front side, so Viper has the army advantage. He's got 50 villagers. Yo, 58.
And Yo's got 33 on wood, 11 on food. That needs to be balanced out there. Getting up to 700 on wood is a sign that
It's
he's
not
really
easy to add
struggling
farms, though, on
Yeah.
this map. You said it before, it's not easy, right? You need to add them around those TCs on the edge, but that's where Viper's going to pressure.
Yeah, that's the key here. Yeah, your farming eco is actually, the safest farming eco is going to be where that stone TC was on the right, but then you don't have many villagers there because your wood line and your forward TC are here. Still think Yo's okay. He hasn't lost any vills. He's adding the siege now, and he was very close to getting a second relic. He's going to get his first one here. And I think Yo is obviously a little bit uncomfortable. When Viper's pressuring you like this, you're going to be, but you got to remind yourself at all times, I'm Byzantines here.
Yeah, and you have the Siege Workshop. You have the town center there. I think he can fall back and survive. Viper is really extending for damage, considering that Siege Workshop is right there. When does this Mangonel come out? Feels like it's been forever.
Well, you have one shot, because then the Fire Lancers can come out, and the Fire Lancers for Viper
That
moved
is
away.
not it. You had one shot, and I don't know where you were aiming, Mr. Yo, but nice follow-up, I suppose.
I think that ends up being okay. Obviously, everyone would have loved to see the big shot there from Yo and hear the crowd scream, but you still save the Mangonel. There's potential for more, and it's tough for Viper to move in if Yo can get the attack rounds. Yo's still 3 town centers. Viper's still 1. Viper doesn't have any relics yet. The game is scaling better for Mr. Yo.
Second
He has a
Mangonel.
lot of work to do.
Second Mangonel on the way. I don't think Viper can push here anymore. And he hasn't added that second town center yet. He's going for a forward Siege Workshop of his own. He doesn't have a relic yet as well, Viper.
Yep.
And he's had this middle control for a very long time.
I think if Mr. Yo just gets to a castle here, Dave, in any of these areas he's vulnerable, it starts to look very, very good for him. A couple cataphracts mixed in with skirmishers is perfect. Cataphracts are very good against infantry. Now, granted, that's a lot of lancers, but still. And we know Yo's super comfortable with the unique units.
Devotion on the way for Viper. So if Yo is counting on these monks to help him out, Viper doesn't want his units to be converted too quickly. Yo misses the attack round. Viper dodges away. And Viper has seen the 4th town center being added now for Mr. Yo at the back.
I'm wondering, Viper has a lot of lancers just standing around. I wonder if he patrolled that or if they just ended up getting a little too close. Obviously, that's still going to do some damage here. And, oh, Yo moves out with his Mangonel. Can't do that.
It's just, it's so easy for Viper to spam these high-value units, the Fire Lancers. And they have so much HP with Vietnamese, they're just finding value everywhere. As Yo goes for the castle, bought 200 stone for that. Viper's coming in, he's gonna take out the Mangonel. There's a Mangonel on the other side, whiffs on the attack round. Mr. Yo has to push this Mangonel back and has to get this castle up, and I think he will.
That was actually not quite a whiff because Yo read exactly
him
where
body
Viper was going to
blocking the
attack
Mangonel.
round.
Look at him
and now
body
Yo
blocking the
is
Mangonel.
blocking him. He'll complete the castle. Yo still has a 14 villager lead. There's still some problems here, Dave, but he lands his own shot and he dodges.
Mr. Yo?
And he gets the shot again.
Mr. Yo?
Beautiful from Mr. Yo.
What a moment.
Yeah, the eco's about to get really, really awkward to stabilize, though, because he's got a lot of idols, Dave. That town center was denied on the back. That town center's idle. But I still think he's got a nice position here, and we'll see Viper go TC2 and TC3 in the north.
That moment told Viper, you can't damage him anymore. You can't damage him with this push. You can raid maybe, but you can't finish him. You gotta add economy.
Okay, I want to show something here, and this might just be typical T90 going way too into it, but look at the north, that stable there from Viper. That positioning of the stable, no, very, very north. Vodka can't even find it. Vodka's like, why?
It's at the back,
right,
bro.
right. Vodka, keep looking. There. Okay, so this happens when players get a little scatterbrained and things get a little crazy and they're moving really fast and they can't focus on the details. I just wanted to point it out because Yo never falls into those problems, Dave. He falls into the problems if he gets like overwhelmed by pressure, but he's always super smooth. The positioning of his castles and everything are just perfect. So
to be honest, dude, I think you might be a little deep on that one, but I'm
super
with you.
deep.
I think that was the bloodlines and a husbandry stable for the cav archers that he's making right now.
Okay, but you build it on the front of your base, but you're right. You're right.
I'm with you.
But I mean, you're with me after mentioning what okay, whatever. It's not important. The point is Viper was really late on eco this game, and he found enough value to probably be somewhat satisfied.
I mean, he still has more res collected because his economy has been more efficient, right? He got wheelbarrow really early. He hasn't been interrupted by raids, but I think that's about to turn around because Yo, with this villager lead, it's almost 20 now, is scaling well, and he's got the castle set up defensively. It's just, where can Viper pick economy anymore? That's the question. With the Cataphracts dealing with the Fire Lancers.
I mean, this is such a good game, and it's been such a good series. Yo seems like he's primed to defend Viper just enough. Viper always pressuring, though, to the point where he's not taking any big hits back at home. Love the tower there from Yo. He might need to leave, and he might lose a couple of
He could get another
here.
castle up, Yo. He could get another castle on the right side, and then his base would be like impossible.
Yeah, Viper doesn't want to be there. Viper does not want to be there with the Fire Lancers. He dives for the Mangonel. That's not it, Dave. He's going to lose them all. And then the leftover skirmishers can kill his Cav Archers as well. That is amazing for
There's
Mr.
another
Yo.
raid on the right for Viper, constantly trying to get damage. The Cav Archers have a little bit more mobility, and Mr. Yo is paying attention elsewhere, so Viper will get a few picks. Villager difference is only 12 now.
This is one of those weird games where if the score didn't exist and the players didn't have so much experience, Mr. Yo might assume that he's behind by 20 bills.
Yeah, he might have assumed that Viper added the second and third TC way earlier than he did.
Yeah, but I think Mr. Yo's looking at bottom right. He's like, okay, that is... I mean, there's a lot of things that play into the score, but generally speaking, you've got a better situation if you've got the score lead there. And Mr. Yo's like, all right, not bad.
And he managed to grab 3 relics, too.
Yeah.
With Viper having the middle map control for so long.
Yeah. But never any significant damage. Never any game-ending damage.
Only 9 villager difference. Viper's got like full Castle Age Eco upgrades. This is setting up to go imp.
So if it goes imp, it's always going to be skirms from Byzantines. There's no question there.
Oh, nice split.
Yo with the Mangonel here.
Okay, Viper.
Viper with the micro.
Okay, Viper. Never mind.
Actually, I don't even think it's worth it. Yeah.
He's going after the Cataphracts instead. Yo clips his own Cataphract.
Always going to be skirms. Can you actually continue to make Cataphracts? Where's Viper going?
Hello?
That's a control group misclick. Viper had another army of CA or something, and I think he misclicked, and it's starting to fall apart a little bit here for Viper in terms of focus. His resources are looking good. Yo loses 3 units as well. I think those were the Cav Archers he wanted to click forward when he clicked that other army.
Second castle has to go on the right side there for Yo because the Cav Archers have been getting so much damage.
Yeah.
He can't keep skirms over there the entire game. Third castle goes on the neutral gold on the left side. So that tells me that Yo really believes in his Civ long term. He's going to set up defensively, he's going to get to imp first, and he's going to make a slow, methodical push across the map towards Viper. We might actually see them cut through for the Tower of London. Viper might have started that already, and Viper goes for typical Viper castles, 1 on each side in a defensive position.
Yeah, I have my questions
on
over
the hills.
I have my questions over what Viper's army comp is going to be, but I really like the Cav Archers right now. I think I'll find the castle foundation on the left. The skirms are a little bit behind there. So the villagers that were there actually get sniped.
If you go Fire Lancer Imp Skirm, shouldn't be that bad. I guess Cataphracts are pretty good for Mr. Yo.
Cataphracts are pricey.
Fire Lancer Cav Archer could be a play.
I mean, I think the
That's not ideal.
question mark in your voice is exactly what Viper's thinking in right now.
But I mean,
he's
I
not
think
sure.
Yo's asking questions as well. He's seen the Cav Archers, he's seen the Skirms, he's seen the Fire Lancers.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how Viper's going to open.
The thing is going cheap Byzantine skirms is good against almost all the options Viper will ever go for. So that's what's good for Yo here, is he could just simply make skirms and find out soon. And Viper's going to have to show his hand with what his plan is once Yo approaches his base.
This Tower of London could be a big deal for Viper, because I don't think Yo's considered that possibility.
Yeah.
That trickle of resources is really nice, especially on gold.
So the Tower of London, and we'll find a moment to show you in the middle here, it's a building that you can control, but you have to chop to it, which takes time because you can't build the lumber camps next to those
Viper's
trees.
getting close.
If you get there, you get a trickle of all resources except stone. So imagine a game where both players have pretty even economies, but then there's an injection of resources. That's very good. There is something you can do in Yo's position. I've seen him do it before. He'll actually treb cut the trees. It's faster than cutting it with the vills. So it depends on how aggressive he wants to be here. But you could just go like couple clicks on trees and you're through.
So Viper building up his Skirm army. He's also got Fire Lancers on the field. Still has 9 Cav Archers, so we really haven't gotten an answer to the question of what his comp is going to be long term. Right now he doesn't really have the resources to invest into that many technologies, right? He's still kind of at the limit, trying to produce just enough army to keep Yo at bay. He does have those 2 defensive castles, but Yo is on the move.
I'm wondering what Yo's planning on with these trebs. Is he just going to take the Siege Workshop first? Is he going to pressure the castles? Is he going to cut the trees? I don't think he knows Viper has a castle over there. Now he does. His trebs found it. So Viper might focus his attention that way. We see Cataphract upgrades coming in, Dave. He's getting the armor now.
I think Cataphract is great, right? Cataphract is good against the Skirm. It's good against the Fire Lancer. So then Viper will be forced into, what, Cav Archer, Rattan Archer, and then your Skirms are going to find value against that as well.
Mr. Yo's got more gold with the Relic income, but also with that gold underneath the castle here. So he's got the cheaper non-gold units, and he's got the additional gold to get to Elite Cataphract, and the upgrades are rising. We could see Elite Cataphract. There's also Logistica. These are very expensive upgrades, but Byzantines normally cannot lose if they get there.
I love that castle from Yo. I think I would have preferred the castle on the right first and then that one later.
Yeah.
Because he's afraid of the raids coming in.
Yeah.
He has faith in his army comp and in his Civ long term. That's why he goes for a defensive castle like that to protect his eco. But I think on the neutral gold to the right would have been maybe a little bit more solid, as Viper is almost chopping through.
Yo is very, very patient with every treb except for that one.
Elite Cataphract on the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Yo you have kind of the double effect. That castle in the south gives you another castle to produce the Cataphracts to the left or the right.
Yeah, if he's thinking about production, yep.
But he didn't go for Viper's castle much at all. I think, is the treb attacking the trees? Yeah, he took down one tree already. He's going again.
And they're both going to get through at the same time. Nice job from Viper. Nice job from Mr. Yo. Usually, one player gets through here and then walls it off and is always surprised when the other one has the same idea. So we'll see if Viper manages to scout that out early. We can see it's in Viper's control right now, and if you look up at his resources, you see a slow trickle of wood, food, and gold. No stone.
And if you look at his population, you're going to see the number plummeting because Elite Cataphracts had said, hello, Fire Lancers. And Viper's still not really certain what to commit to, right? Like, he's going for Skirms and Fire Lancers, but there's no attack upgrades on the Fire Lancers yet because this takes so much time.
I think it's Rattan. I think it's Rattan from Viper, and just hope that it works. Yo is going for a castle in the center on the Tower of London.
Is that allowed? I think
Yo
you
is
need a building
castle
permit.
dropping the Tower of London.
We might need to get that one approved, but here we go. It's a bit weird. Viper will probably come right back in, and now we've got the big push on the left here from Yo as well. No bombard cannons from Viper. Yo's got so many Cataphracts,
Viper is locked in on that bomber cannon with the ram, but that's not going to work, brother. The ram goes down. He can't quite get that bombard cannon. Vietnamese castles are junk.
Just dive the trebs if you're Yo. Just dive the trebs. Viper doesn't have an army to deal with the Cataphracts. And if the trebs go down, Viper's going to lose his castle. He has another castle on the left side as well. That will never stay. And then, of course, Yo can just go right back to the Tower of London, take the Tower of London here in London. Viper's got no chance against
Huge
this army.
momentum swing for Mr. Yo. Huge momentum swing. Viper's still at 170 population though. Yo takes out the castle over there. Viper loses the population space. He still doesn't have heavy cav archer. His cav archers are taking out the cataphracts, but still only pikemen for Viper. He needs more time and he needs more space.
It was a lot of confusion here from Viper. Do I go for Fire Lancers? Do I go for Imp Skirm? Cav Archer, Rats and Archers. It's like the Vietnamese having amazing options actually hurt him.
He's got
here.
the tower. He also has paper money. He managed to sneak that in, so the gold's going to be coming in pretty quickly. But will he have the food? Will he have the wood? Will he have the time?
Yeah.
Will he have the space to start building those production buildings and getting his army?
Big questions. Right now, it is a situation where Yo's skirmishers are good enough against most of the army,
Traps
and the
are out of
cataphracts
position.
are there for the rest of
GG.
it. Yo responds, and we have a 1-1 here, Dave. What a game from Mr. Yo. What a patient game from Mr. Yo. He lost with his first pick that first game. There could be all the mentals of that. Doesn't matter. He's Yo. He figures it out.
Excellent job from Mr. Yo identifying his win condition. About halfway through that game, he just expanded his economy. He made the castles defensively, and he just slowly and methodically pushed back the Viper. And then once he got all of his techs in, he pounced.
Yeah. Reminder, guys, Vietnamese have all the eco bonuses here. Byzantines don't have any, but there was one aspect of that map which both players utilized, and that was the foxes. I really think the key in this game, Mr. Yo recognized this will be a skirm war. I'm going to float gold because of all the foxes, and I'm going to use the market to buy myself the Castle Age. On the flip side, Viper was a bit late on the market, and then Viper also went for the wheelbarrow choice, which may or may not have had an effect there. This was the castle. This felt like the key moment in the game for Yo to just stabilize.
The body block there
and
was
the body
sick.
block was so sick, dude. And
Yo
then the
said,
shot.
"You shall not pass." Viper doesn't get much value there.
Yeah, yeah, and then the shots as well here. He hops out.
And like, you look at this, as soon as Viper fails there, instant second, third TC.
Yeah.
And he plays into the game that he didn't want to play, the late game against Byzantines.
I wonder if maybe Viper can apply similar amounts of pressure and be on 2 TCs throughout some of that.
Maybe.
Like, there's the misclick from Viper. I don't know. You know, Viper won the first game through a lot of chaos. He tried the same thing here on a map that's not typically that chaotic.
Yep.
I think Mr. Yo is really liking what he's seeing right now.
That was a good civilization pick, it turns out, for Mr. Yo. It matched up well against the Vietnamese late game. And Viper just had so much aggression early that didn't really pan out.
I think Viper needs
Puts
to...
him behind on getting the techs and getting the army.
Really curious to see what Viper picks with his Civ next. Also his map. Will he want the open aggressive maps? Will he go for, I think, humans on a Civ draft, which allows the early aggression with the double archery range? Most of Mr. Yo's civilizations are a bit more passive. And he's going to wait and brace himself against Viper's attack. And Viper's got quite a few here, sorry.
1-1.
1-1, dude.
I'm stoked.
The setup for the Game 7 is here,
Yes.
man.
Please
here.
bring us there. Game 7. We don't care who wins.
Yeah.
As long as we get a Game
Just
7.
give us
we're
7
happy.
games. Yeah.
All right, Viper's turn to pick the map. We've got Crownwood, we've got Hengehold and Thames for Viper.
You know what I think would be really good for Viper here? With his style of play right now, I like to see him go for Georgians or Persians and go to Dorothy Quarry. I think that's great for how Viper's playing. Lots of army, lots of scouts and archers. It is Yo's home map. But I look at Yo's side, I think I know exactly what Yo's going to do. He's going to go Georgians or Tatars. We've seen these matchups before. They're pretty close. I don't know. That'd be pretty sick. I'm getting ahead of myself here a lot because I'm excited. But we'll find out what game number 3 is here soon with the map reveal.
I think I want to see Viper go to Magyar's Crownwood.
Okay. Just simplify an approach with the
Simplify it.
walls.
Get your walls up,
Okay.
play that late game, get the confidence back of winning in the late game because there's not much that can beat Magyar's there, and I don't see the Hindustanis in this draft.
What about Berbers for Yo on Crownwood?
I mean, Berbers can be good. With camel archers, with
Yeah,
camels,
I
maybe
mean, it's
that's the
always a cav
same
archer.
idea.
it's always a Cav Archer map, bro.
True. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Might be an excellent counter pick there from Yo. But we are going to be going on to Thames. It will be Magyars for Viper on Thames. So maybe a little bit of mind games here,
Yeah.
right? Like, he picks Magyars on Thames because Yo expects him to pick Magyars on Crownwood. Yo has Berbers to counter that. Instead, Viper goes for Magyars here. Yo going for the Jurchens.
We've got double mind games because Magyars are a scout civ and Viper is opening with an archer range. I guess Jurchens are as well. And we've seen a lot of that on this map, but it's usually with civilizations that trend a little bit better with the crossbowmen, like maybe Ethiopians or Britons or something like that. But this is an amazing map, and because we're going to be there on Monday, I think we should probably show the viewers where we'll be in-game. We've got the Royal Albert Hall there in the north. In the game, though, that gives you 25 additional population space, so Viper's benefiting from that. And yes, Dave, we will be casting in the Royal Albert Hall on
like
Monday.
a fever dream.
Yeah, I refuse to believe this is real. And,
we'll find out. We'll find out on Monday. Yes, indeed. But until then, we have 2 more days. We got to finish this one off, and then another one tomorrow with our semifinals as Viper adds the stable. He also got a good amount of damage down on that first starting scout from Mr. Yo. Now, the Jurchens have some potential playing into cavalry and playing into cap archers as well.
They do. They also have the faster attacking scouts, which if you make that transition would be nice. But Viper gets the first pick, and a tiny detail here to mention, because Viper in the previous game used the foxes just like Yo did. Viper got all the extra sheep and cows in the north. There's a lot of them there. So if you look underneath Yo's TC here, you're going to see Yo, he's soon running out. He's got 1 more cow. You look underneath Viper's TC, and he's got a whole shipment of sheep coming on home, baby.
Utiles north. You're a little bit early on that one, but we can see the idea as the sheep come in. Jurchens, their food doesn't decay, though, which means that Yo's will last a little bit longer. Usually gives them a nice eco bonus. You can see it reflected in the resources collected here from Mr. Yo. Just a little bit of an advantage.
Oh, that's so big from Viper. That's so crazy. I think there's still a gap there, though. He needs more damage control.
Buys him a little bit of time.
Yeah, it does buy him enough time. That can be completely fine for Viper.
Meanwhile, the archers are still coming in. Mr. Yo doesn't see that, I think. He has the house there, but I don't know if he had the line of sight on the archers.
I think he's got scouts, though. We might see both players turn around and clear this up. Viper sees the villager. Viper will go for the spear on the left. He'll attack the villager.
He's going to wall this in.
And he's also going for a wall, but does he realize where the hole was? It doesn't matter. He's going to kill those archers.
I think
Viper
he was also
a
little bit busy forward, right? He killed the villager from Mr. Yo.
Yeah.
Mr. Yo now chasing this down. He has to allocate army over here to take care of the archers. Eco KD is 1-0 in favor of the Viper as Mr. Yo tries to complete this wall with a market and a few houses.
To be honest, I'm not really sure with current upgrades exactly how this would play out with even numbers. But Viper's got armor and forging against Jurchen scouts, which have no upgrades. There's more sheep from Viper. Is he using a spearman in the north to collect them? Is that what that was?
Yeah, and he wanted control of the Royal Albert Hall, which gives you 25 extra pop space.
Yeah.
And 25 extra house space as well. So it's not the final population, it's also the housing.
And also plus 25% confidence. Did you know that?
Well then.
Scouts are moving in here from Viper.
You're going to need to go capture that hall then.
We will refuse to address that moment there as the scouts move forward from both. It's a lot to wall, Dave. That's a lot to wall, and that's Magyar scouts.
Yeah, he doesn't do it.
Oh,
he doesn't
that's
do
dangerous.
it in time. Yo, just a split second too late. He's going to get a villager sniped. He gets another villager sniped here. Good damage from the Viper. Yo, however, on the way to the castle age. How much damage does he take? He doesn't even wall the wood line. Yo, hello?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to steal some of Viper's sheep here, but you kind of need to keep your villagers alive as well, Mr. Yo. This is so good for Viper, and he's defending very nicely as well, Dave. I think he can have enough army, but Yo is through.
Yo is through. There's some archers. There's some scouts there to defend. The spearmen do come out in time for Mr. Yo.
Oh, man.
I think he loses like 3 villagers here, though, and he's pushing the archers away. Eco KD 6-0 in favor of Viper. Can he get a decent castle age time off of this, however, because Yo, a minute and a half away.
Yeah, I think you have to lean towards extremes right now if you're Yo. You lost Vills. You'll know that Viper spent a lot more resources than you to stay in feudal.
Oh, I love this. Yo, Viper got punished multiple times for not walling that off, and he remembers.
Yeah. I mean, but what a start from Viper, Dave. I really like the movement forwards. I like the tracking with the sheep in the north, getting the hall. Like every aspect of the map, we have seen him go for. He's gonna get these sheep back somehow. But yeah, I like extremes here from Yo. You actually can go Fire Lancer here as an option, but typically it'd be Cav Archers on this map.
Viper wants the sheep. He also wants Castle Age. He's going to click up shortly. He has the resources to do so. His TC is idle.
Yeah, I think he thinks he clicked.
He thinks he clicked?
He thinks he clicked.
He thinks he clicked?
He thinks he clicked, and he's clicked.
Okay.
All right, second range from Viper as well.
You were building up to a crescendo where Viper actually clicked Castle Age.
I mean, odds were good he was going to do it within those couple seconds there. Otherwise, we would have been in trouble.
Oh, he really wants these sheep.
The sheep, I mean,
this is such a Viper thing.
I know I said the sheep were important, but they're not really that important now.
He's going to bring them back anyway.
All right.
All right, so a little bit of a breather here as Yo begins to add the Cav Archers. Viper with map control right now. And I think despite being behind by minute 40, it's not the worst situation in the world for Viper. I mean, he's got 6 villager kills. He's got map control. He can see the timing on the Cav Archers from Yo.
Yeah.
And he's fully walled.
Isn't it crazy, though, how you look at Yo still and you're like, he's going to be all right.
Yeah, look at the rest collect, still even.
He's going to be all right. Like, this guy knows what he's doing. Second town center in the back. A lot of players lose 6 vills. They say, I can never add a TC, ever. But Yo's like, nah, it's fine, bro.
I mean, he's also going to have a higher Cav Archer mass early, right? And Viper is forced in the skirm. He can't play Cav Archer.
I have no evidence that this is the case, but I have a really weird feeling that Viper's going to have a hole in this very long wall. Because there's a lot to wall here.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, looks good. Looks good.
Is there a hole right there? Has Vodka sniffed out a hole?
I'm telling you, man, these things just happen. But no hole there. Viper
You
moves
thought
away from
for
the
a
wood.
second there was, though. You thought, because I did too.
I just saying I've been there before. You think everything's fine until it's not, but Viper should know to check that. And as you said earlier, Dave, that's such a good wall for Viper.
He got punished twice playing this map. Once in the replacement qualifier, and I think once already in this tournament, the LAN event. Players have just gone along
Are those
the
the
shoreline.
freaking sheep going again?
Yep, and Viper's coming back again for them, maybe?
Nah, they're gonna be free, or not. I guess they're gonna die. Is the crowd cheering for sheep right now? Did I hear a sheep cheer?
They've cheered for weirder things in life.
That's okay. All right, guys. Good to know. Good to know. Viper going skirm here. What do we think about that, Dave?
I mean, he had a decent food economy, right? He was behind a Castle Age. He knew Yo was going massing Cav Archers really soon, and he didn't want to get exposed on those walls, especially the Palisade walls, right? So a skirm defense is good. You can mass them as you're going up to the Castle Age. He just wanted something.
I like it for the exact reasons you said. I do think you need some mobility eventually.
Long term, skirms are not the answer here. For sure.
And so long term, we've still got the Hall in the north. But also in the north, that's the only place where there's relics, and that is there's a higher percentage of wood up there long term. So it's a really interesting map balance-wise. Down towards the south, that's where you see that big area of gold. And I think with Viper's base, we haven't talked about it, he's got 4 tiles of gold in the front of his base there. So there's definitely this pressing need for Viper to control gold, because that's the only gold he has in his base.
Yeah, very far forward in comparison to Yo's that are in the back, right? And sometimes the map just spawns like that, and you have to play around it. That's part of our competitive game, and Viper will have seen that, will be thinking about that. Late game compositions, because this one might be gearing up for a late game unless Mr. Yo can make something happen with this siege. Which Civ do you prefer?
I think I can never say no to Magyars. I think Magyars are so good. Yeah, I think if you can get to elite Magyar Hussar and Cav Archers with recurve bow, it's really hard to stop. But I think Churchins aren't figured out yet, Dave.
Ooh, the skirms are coming out right as that rocket cart rolls forward. I think I have faith in Viper's micro here, but Yo might be able to find a pretty devastating attack ground. Viper backs away. The scouts were really helpful there. They identified that rocket cart immediately, and Yo is just going to push forward slowly. He's got the rocket cart, a villager following up, and then those pretty strong Cav Archers with their attack speed.
Can we look outside the crossing outside Yo's base for a second? Because this is a detail
that's
that might,
2 archers.
Yeah, that might play a role. And not necessarily in the kills, but just Viper recognizing where Yo's going to expand.
And when he's going to expand.
Yeah, if he doesn't see anything there soon, he can assume that there's going to be a town center in the south instead.
He sees the ones in the south as well? Yeah, there's the TC confirmation. In the south, the scouts are here, and they're going to start attacking the villagers, and Yo's going to be like, hang on a second, where did these come from?
Yeah, exactly.
He's got Cav Archers here, but still, that's annoying.
Yeah, Viper might need to consider his own siege here. He has the siege workshop. He falls back.
Very aggressive from Yo. Sending the villager forward. Nice little outpost there for the siege push.
Viper wanted to take the map with skirms and then build a castle. And then he ran into the rocket cart, and that delayed the entire timing. He's got crazy stone count. He's going defensive castle there.
I watched that entire game on Dorothea Quarry between Yo and Hera with Viper.
Yeah.
And the entire time, Viper kept saying, Magyar Hussar is slept on. Like,
Okay.
they're a very good unit. People still don't realize, like, they've never realized how good they are. I think he really, really believes in that.
Well, they nerfed him. Well, see, Viper will likely get the unique tech then, which means they don't cost gold.
Yep.
The unit had an increase in base attack. I think there might have even been a decrease in cost. And then you have the crazy bonus damage against Siege, which everyone's known about.
And they look super cool.
And in this case, yes, they look super cool, which isn't a unit stat, but I think it matters. Yo didn't even see the castle, right?
No.
Can we see? Because
How
no
about
one's
Magyar
expecting
Hussar?
sneaky. Okay, he saw the castle.
You thought you could. Oh, nice dodge there from Viper. That was a close one. He tries to get the attack ground here. Yo dodging away as well. We see 20 Cav Archers behind this.
I'm actually...
Volvine army is coming in. Magyar Hussar about to be produced.
Can I go for a very anti-hype moment right now?
Okay, let's do it.
Yo doesn't care about these rocket carts. Actually, no, he's going for siege engineers. I'm wrong.
Vodka's like, why do I work with
Excuse me?
these idiots?
Well, okay, so from my perspective, Yo saw the castle. Yo's not backing up. He's just expecting to lose him, right? Like, forgive me for thinking otherwise. I thought he would want Viper to go for a big
That's
investment, but
massive.
bro,
Siege Engineers
Siege Engineers!
immediately pays off
Wow.
for Mr. Yo. He gets the
Damn.
extended range, the only Civ that can get it in Castle
Yeah.
Age, and it's so rare, it feels like, from Jurchens, but this is an excellent opportunity for Mr. Yo to expand his control here on the front of Viper's base.
The more Viper invests in the Magyar Hussars, the longer he delays Imperial Age, which this is inevitably going to go to. And the longer that Yo can secure
Beautiful
these stones
castle.
and golds,
Yeah.
and if he can hold these stones and golds, Viper has massive problems. Yo knew the castle's up so long ago. Viper still has not moved out to attack here, and after that big siege engineer shot, I think Viper's a little worried right now.
Very good patience on this push, waiting for Siege Engineers before he really pushes forward here. Mr. Yo gets that one great snipe. Viper is taking a huge risk going out with those skirms, but the Cav Archers aren't here. The Cav Archers aren't here to protect the rocket carts. One goes down. Viper sending the Magyar Hussar, distracted with the 4 from behind. Mr. Yo with that extended range, maybe able to snipe the skirms. Here come the Magyar Hussar. Viper baiting him into a shot, and he snipes it right away. Great play from Viper.
Yeah, that's what Viper wanted. That's what Viper wanted. It took a very long time. He wanted to clear up the siege with the
He's
Magyar
going to the
Hussar.
south, though, Viper. He's extending to the south with something. Is it villagers forward? I think he saw that castle.
I certainly saw an outpost foundation there from Yo. Yo is going to add into Iron Pagodas. Iron Pagodas,
Yo saw the
a
Vills.
very tanky melee unit, which you never see really in competitive AoE because the Jurchens are picked for other reasons. I think the unit's left on Dave. Where is Viper running right now? Viper doesn't know what he's about to run into.
I think he might have seen that castle before. He had the house over there. He's trying to get a castle of his own. Maybe not. He's sending more villagers. Yo got a bunch of good picks there. He has to make the castle in the center, but that's not really securing a gold. It might kind of be protecting his secondary, and that's what he's going towards.
Yeah.
But still, Yo with a very good position in the south, and Viper unable to push forward towards his base.
Yo was a little wasteful with those Cav Archers. I think if he expected to lose those rocket carts, maybe he still has like 25 or 30 of them. The Iron Pagodas are always going to make the difference there, though. They're way better than the Magyar
Archer numbers
Hussars.
falling.
They're way better than the skirmishers too, but Viper's castle is still on the way up. Yo is running around with his Cav Archers. Can he stop this castle? No siege for Viper. The skirms are getting attacked. It seems like there's a lot of action.
Still here. The Iron Pagodas absolutely shredded that army. How much is left on that castle? Viper is hard committing to this. Yo is 102 villagers, Viper 87, but Viper is on the way to Imperial Age.
I like it. I like a Cav Archer switch now from Viper, which he's already planning on. The Iron Pagodas were costly for the same reason we said about Viper making the Magyar Hussar. The Iron Pagodas were also awkward here for Yo. Yo does have 2 town centers, not 1, 2 town centers in the Golden Stone in the south, and has so far just completely ignored Albert Hall in the north.
And Viper still has 32 on food. So the eco, despite losing quite a few villagers there, still looking quite steady. I don't know what his wood gold is going to look like long term if he wants to go into Cav Archers, but he can still keep producing those Magyar Hussar, maybe buying himself some more time. Defensive castle now for Mr. Yo as he stretches forward with a few more units, just trying to buy himself some time to get up to Imperial Age himself.
Can we see a stat on just one of the Iron Pagodas here, just to talk it through? Because I think it's the first time we've seen it. Yeah. So you've got decent armor there. The thing about while their units don't have great melee armor, at least from what we're seeing there, you ignore the first melee attack with that unit. And then the unique techs for the Civ as well. Very good late game techs. I think one as regeneration on your fortifications. I forget the name of it. Forgive me. That's I believe the Castle Age unique tech. And then you have the fortified bastions, and that's cheap. And then the other one, Thunderclap Bombs, sounds really cool, super expensive. I doubt we'll get there, but it is possible if you have the gold.
Viper's running out of gold. Look at his gold situation. I think he's got like 2 tiles left at home, maybe 3, and then he's got those 4 out in front. Yeah, that's not a lot. That's 900. If he masses up the Magyar Cav Archers, maybe he can hold that gold position forward, but that's still only 4 tiles. Long term, he needs to figure something out, and neither of them have even considered going for the relics. They haven't even made a monastery yet.
Yeah, remember, Viper, he went to stone very early. He went skirms for map control against Cav Archers. He wanted the castle in the middle himself. He was not expecting the rocket carts. The rocket carts have actually been the MVP for Yo. That's what gave him the middle. Yo's 80 seconds away from Imp, but it feels like he's kind of okay here.
Oh, he's definitely okay.
Viper will have Bracer, though.
He's got 57 on food right now, Tristan.
Yeah.
His
Crazy.
eco is insane. He's got 123 bills. Viper is looking for damage, but there's a castle on one side, a town center on the other, and he's also got the castle in the south protecting the gold. Yo has set himself up into a perfect position here to transition into Imperial Age.
Reminder that Yo lost 6 villagers in Feudal Age and killed 0.
Yeah.
And here we are, Mr. Yo, 20 villager lead, getting raids with a Castle Age army. Viper just does, like you said, he doesn't know where to go. He's trying to go in. It's well defended, and Viper backs away, and this is a horrible loss for the Viper.
He doesn't have the res to get his techs. He can't get recurve bow. He can't get heavy CA. I don't know if he has Parthian tactics yet. Like, there's just no army on the field here for Viper, and he's forced to, like, stone gate wall in his Treb to try and assault that castle because he can't consistently protect it. This is what you were talking about earlier. The archers are finding the villagers. They have ballistics and bracers, so they'll actually do a decent amount of damage. It's how quickly Viper will notice this as Yo stretches out for the wood in the north.
Those 2 archers are going to be bragging that they killed more villagers from Yo than the Cav archers did. I like this from Viper. This is the way back into the game. Pressure the gold.
Sneaky raid in the back for Mr. Yo. The Iron Pagodas and Cav archers again. How many kills does this army have? Like 20?
20. Yeah. So many. And it will continue to get kills and just force Viper into awkward positions. I think that's kind of annoying for Yo. We'll see if anyone sends military to the north. Yo should he's going to let that castle go down, Dave. He researched conscription. He's taking his time. He knows he has 2 more castles.
Recurve bow coming in. Remember, folks, despite how good this looks for Mr. Yo, the eco setup and everything, Viper still has enough villagers to keep the army coming out, and Magyars are still one of the best civilizations late game land maps.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal.
And
you get those Cav archers set up.
And I mean, Yo's phenomenal as well, but Viper one of the best late game players and really good at conserving Cav archer mass when need be. I like it from Yo. He knows he can't go in for those trebuchets. Viper has gone for a really good move here. He's just got to take down Yo's castle, or Viper's rather, and simply repair to buy some time.
Going down. Yo took the Royal Albert Hall though, so Viper is housed. He took it over. Yo's got that extra pop space that might end up mattering. Viper still hasn't, in a very un-Viper-like situation, hasn't thought about going for those relics in the top either, hasn't thought about expanding up there in a long, long time. He tries to come in, tries to snipe the Trebs, but this is going to be costly as the Magyar Hussar go down. Can he get the second one?
Oh man, Yo just
They're so weak!
Yo just plays towards positioning in the game so well, Dave. Just like the previous game. Get the castles down, get the eco lead, play towards a Cav unique unit with skirms. It's been the game plan that's worked for him. And I think if you take this castle, you win the game. So we might see him send everything.
We might see him send a lot. He's getting both gold shaft mining and stone shaft mining, so he's thinking about oversaturating the south there. Eco upgrades are looking good for both now that Handcart is in for Viper. Viper believing in the Magyar CA.
Here we go.
Yo extending, trying to get these Trebs. If the castle goes down for Yo, it's really good for Viper, but if the Trebs go down for Viper, it's an absolute disaster.
Viper doesn't have the numbers, Dave. He's lost 1 Treb. He did take the castle, but his own castle is still going down. He'll lose his other Trebs as well if they get blocked off on this wood line and can't wrap around the castle. I love this from Yo. Can he keep the production?
Trebs are gonna die. Iron Pagodas coming in. The castle is still alive, but not for long. The Trebs getting the final shots here, and the castle will fall for Viper. He still has his Cav Archers alive, but look at the economy. He's at the limit for everything, even with 128 bills.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing from Yo. He just simply recastles to control the stone and gold in the south, where Viper thinks there's no threat anymore. Viper will come with the Trev and the Cav Archers,
right
though.
now with the Cav Archers, they have recurve bow. If Viper notices this right away, it's at 85%. I think Yo gets that castle up. Excellent timing on that castle from Mr. Yo.
And you just snipe the Treb again. You snipe the Treb again, that castle stays up. Viper's still running out of gold. Viper still doesn't have Albert Hall. And now we see the unique tech coming in. So the castle that took damage will actually regenerate HP over time.
Fortified Bastions, 500 HP per minute. It adds up over time, especially in extended Treb wars. Viper hanging on to that final gold in the center. That's his secondary gold. There's not much left there. He's expanding to the north, but guess who's there? It's Mr. Yo. Viper is desperately finding a way to stay in this game, and Yo is shutting down every option.
Yo is just simply 1 or 2 steps ahead in terms of the game plan here, and Mr. Yo wins 2 straight. I'd like to look at the APM here. Everyone likes to look at the APM and applaud. But Mr. Yo, he doesn't have that super crazy micro, David. Just pure strategy.
He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it. He's efficient. He's effective. And he's my favorite to win this right now. I think game 1, Viper smashed him in the face. So many people die within 5 minutes. Yo held on a really long time. And then ever since, Mr. Yo has looked really confident here.
That was such a sick setup. And it was like, he pushed Viper in Castle Age with such patience.
Yeah.
Despite having the Cav Archers and the rocket carts, getting Siege Engineers there, waiting for 2, it just kind of set up the entire game in his favor. And that's after this early aggression from Viper, making good use of the Magyar scouts. We were criticizing Yo a little bit for not walling this off. I honestly think Viper could have done much better here, but I think he was busy at home.
Yeah, he was busy. But, I mean, you kill 6 fills, you lose 0.
Yeah.
That's amazing. There's just not many people that come back from this, right? Losing 6 villagers, killing 0 on a map where both players are fully walled, like, just, I love it for Mr. Yo. And
these Iron Pagodas,
they're really good.
Such a problem.
They're really good
for Viper to deal with.
Yeah, and you need the gold for it, right? And I think for Viper, it was kind of an oh shit moment when he saw his 4 tiles of gold were on the front. But realistically, I think he got a game plan towards a little bit more map control there. And he just didn't expect the siege, Dave. The rocket carts came in. I know Magyar Hussar look amazing, but that castle Viper placed in the back of his base was never the game plan.
Mr. Yo quote, I don't think I get any extra nervous playing at an event anymore. I think the ability to adjust yourself is important. Like, be prepared and do not lose any sleep before the final day. That's the words of a stone cold killer right there.
Get your
Look
sleep,
at his
ladies
face,
and gentlemen.
man. Just get
your sleep.
I don't get nervous, just get sleep.
This is the man who walked into the building holding a Red Bull in his hands.
He chugged one yesterday after that win against Hera.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, he's so good. He's so good. He's experienced. And honestly, when Yo loses, it's because the opponent is able to have this ever-present feelings of smothering him, right? And he then knows, okay, this is how it's going to be. Then he doubts himself. Hasn't really happened today. He's been able to find the counterattacks against Viper. He's been able to out-macro Viper. I think Viper, I don't know how you do it, but I think you need to settle it down and play the economic route a little bit more here.
Yeah.
He's been very late to town centers compared to Yo. It's tricky because we've also been on record saying Viper needs to delay his town centers and be more aggressive, but
I think
there's a better balance.
I'm not certain that's the case against a player like Yo.
Maybe.
I think that's the case against a player like Hera, a player like Hard, a player like Leary.
Yeah, yeah.
They're constantly attacking. We want him to match them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then boom up behind. With Mr. Yo, I think you have to play a little bit more strategically.
Yeah.
And he's done it in the past. He can do it again. It's still only 2-1. This is a best of 7, and I still expect it to go the distance.
So Viper went Magyars there. I would have thought maybe Georgians, Khitans there. We've even seen Persians played. There were a lot of options. We'll see if he goes for Hengehold or Crowned. If he goes Hengehold, I would almost expect humans. He picked it very early. He used that in the deciding game in the group stage against Sebastian, right? And with the double range opening, it's looked very strong. There, I'm kind of thinking it was going to be Franks there from Yo, because we've seen Franks very frequently. And hello again to our crowd watching live here. 800 people in the crowd, new record, which is insane.
It's going to be broken in 2 days.
Yep.
Congratulations, everybody. You're part of a world
set the
record,
new record.
for live audience at an AoE 2 event.
He's like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Why are they here? Why are they here? Why did I stand here? And whew, he's saved.
Ooh. So, okay, I was just about to bring this up before we went to the crowd, and now you're not going to believe me, but I think the Berbers pick screwed up Viper's entire draft. He was thinking about picking Magyars on this map.
Yeah,
He saw
yeah,
Berbers, he
yeah.
didn't want to do it. You look at all the other civs that he has, with the possible exception of Romans.
Yep.
And Berbers are like hard countering the rest of them for this map. So, the idea that he has is that he goes double range with Cumans, he overwhelms the Berbers because they don't do so good in the early game, and he doesn't let them get to the late game.
I think
get
you're-
into the Camelot.
I think you're spot on. I think that Viper would have played Magyars here if not for the Berbers pick. I'm wondering if Viper's whole draft has kind of been thrown out the window.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Cumans was on Hengehold. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure he's got some other options here. But yeah, that's just what happens when you've got Mr. Yo. Viper moving forward with the double range. Yo scouted it. Yo knows exactly what this is. We've seen this a bunch. And Yo will know Cumans get shredded in the late game.
Just 100%.
shredded.
So Yo just needs to stay alive.
Yeah.
And that's usually the case for him, right? He's trying to get later on in the game. He just needs to stay alive somehow.
Oh man, but Dave, he knew it was coming.
It's so tough against
He knew it was
Cumans,
coming
though.
against double range, and he can only go one range at the start anyways.
And he's trying to greed out both wood lines as well.
Yeah.
A lot of players will abandon one wood line, the wall to the other one. Mr. Yo is trying to have his cake and eat it too.
Yeah, you gotta, I really think many players would have run away with these 4 villagers and not leave them here, move to the back of the base. But let's see, Viper needs the damage fast. Viper wants a villager kill. Can he get the villager kill here?
Mr. Yo is just having fast villagers.
What?
Berber villagers move faster. He's hunting down the archers. He takes out the first one. Can he take out the second?
Oh,
the numbers
man.
really matter here. And it is still Viper with 7 archers. Yo only has 3.
How many times have we seen Viper do that exact same thing to someone else,
Yeah.
right? Keep the villager alive, just hold on, and then survive. There's still houses there that are weak. That villager is still going back to build. And
villager's
he's dead.
Yeah.
So which makes the whole thing a whole
And
lot
the
less
scouts
exciting.
are here for Viper.
And hold on a second, Viper's not done. Viper's not done. The follow-up army is actually a big
The
problem.
scouts are here. The house is down. The villagers are still all the way over at Narnia over here on the right side of Yo's base. He's going to have to run to the opposite side of that wall. He has to force a desperation tower, and this game is going to be a lot of desperation defense from Yo going forward, trying to sneak his way into the late game.
Does Viper look for those vills? He hasn't seen them yet.
Yeah, he's
Is he
looking for them right now. He's sending the scouts. He's sending the archers.
No!
This is the Viper. This is Cumans on this map in non-stop pressure in the early game.
Oh man, this could be a really fast game. And if Viper sees the tower and he's killed this many vills, he might choose to drop the second town center right now. Because you can do it. You have the vill lead
Yeah.
already. Why not just expand
4
it even
villagers dead. 4 villagers dead. I'm more in favor of just keep the army production.
Yeah.
Expand your eco. Go up to Castle Age. I mean, you've already damaged Yo to an incredible extent. So many of these walls from Yo, the investment rendered useless, right? Because the army is just flooding in, and Yo's had to abandon that second lumber camp already.
more. Yeah, we'll talk about
Look
it.
how I was taking wood. Like, look at how long distance
It's
that
so
is.
rough. It's so brutal. I mean, if Yo loses this game as that skirm ejects out of the range, what a disaster for him. We'll talk about it a little bit. But Yo just has not been able to keep up with the pace here.
Look at where the other lumber camp spawned in for Yo as well.
Yeah, so he
Just
did.
like this is not the map that he wanted to
Yeah.
face Cumans.
Well, it actually makes a lot more sense he didn't leave with the other 4 vills, because he already left with 4 in his mind.
Yeah, so he's like, I've already abandoned 1.
But the thing is, the wall priority, the area that's to the north, the first wall needs to be the wall between
Siege
you
Workshop
and
in
Viper.
Feudal Age for Viper.
Wow.
I love this. Viper, do not let up the pressure, and look at the resources for him. Yo is selling everything. He's selling his soul to go up to Castle Age. Viper going to be able to do it naturally.
Yeah, you could still drop the second TC. Now, I'm with you. I think you already have a guaranteed villager lead, so let's just stick with the pressure here if you're Viper. But this is what we said. Like, Viper needs to, it seems like his intent has been to kill Yo early in every game. The last 2 games, Yo has held on, taken it to Imp and won. Those horses are sadly trapped there, or are they protected? I don't
Called
know.
a paddock, I think they call it.
I see. Okay, well,
They're protected.
hopefully they're okay. It is the Berbers. The Berbers would probably want to use those at some point.
Rams coming out for Viper. And remember, that Siege Workshop's going to be there ready to produce Mangonels right away in Castle Age. The timing here for Viper, the momentum, as Mem would say, is on point. He's working away on the archery range. Yo just has to be feeling under an incredible amount of pressure. And the question is, what do you do? What can you do? It's going to be a stable for Mr. Yo.
You do what 55% of people watching do anytime they panic in Age of Empires. You just spam a bunch of knights and pray. That's what you do. Sorry, people. But let's be real, that's the truth. And the Berbers are the best at it. They have cheap knights.
Villager
so
coming forward to
you hope
repair
for
the ram
best.
as well. Viper's covering all the contingencies. He's got the archers here ready to upgrade to crossbow. He hasn't cut the production either. He's getting bloodlines, he's getting the armor, he's got 2 rams working away, and he's about to be in Castle Age in 20 seconds.
Man, Viper.
He's not messing around.
He's not messing
here.
around, dude. This is
Oh
insane.
my god.
He's mad. He's like John Wick after they killed his dog right now. He's going crazy. Holy cow, 20 population lead. And this is the only other woodline Yo had.
You remember that stable, the Knights and Prey comment?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
bye-bye
good luck with that. He's only going to have the prayers left. Look at the Vills as well in the woodline. Are they hiding right now? They got to be back there.
Yo made another stable
Vodka's
somewhere.
like, what Vills?
GG. I mean, like, what do you do against that? Mr. Yo did not have a solution. Viper overcoming the Berbers pick on that map. Mr. Yo picked it to counter so many of his civilizations. Viper was forced to play Magyars on Thames, and he looked at his draft and he said, there's no civilization here that beats the Berbers late game. Let's crush them in the early stages.
Yeah, it was sick. It was sick. He used all the aggression. He did what he didn't do in the previous 2 games, which is find the moments with the military. He had the military. I think he had the better military at times, but he didn't know where to pressure. And he was able to get the job done there. Honestly, as perfect a game as it gets there from Viper, there's not a single thing you could really look to.
That was sick.
Yeah, that went away. It was crazy.
Yeah. Maybe if Mr. Yo like pulled the villagers over, but yeah, he already pulled the ones from the front.
Yeah.
And these archers are here at 3 minutes. And it's 2 archers, a spearman, a scout. There's another follow-up archer there. The houses were open anyway, so Viper would have got in regardless.
This is okay, 2 things. First off, an unlucky map gen for Yo, but also you got to wall right away, and he walled the wrong area.
Yep.
And he actually scouted Viper, but I think by the time he had arrived to Viper's base, he had already placed the walls in the north.
Yep.
Wall the front, use the army to hold the sides. Maybe Viper doesn't find the moment there.
And then the Rams was brilliant from Viper as well. Sending that villager forward, making the siege workshop. He still goes up to Castle Age, but he's got that constant siege pressure before he gets there. And look at him. He's like, yeah, I just did that.
Yeah, I just did that. This is how it feels to be me. Yeah, Viper's ready, man.
He's got that smile.
Viper's
a happy boy. He's just happy to be here, I think.
I think he's soaking it in.
Yeah.
Viper's accomplished so much in his career. So much of where Age of Empires is today is because of this guy, and I truly think he's just in the soaking it in phase, which is hard to do when there's pressure involved.
I want to see like the view on Mr. Yo now, because I think he's just completely deadpan.
I mean, who can blame him, right? Who can blame him?
Yo might be like the greatest gamer I've ever met.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. After 8 hours of Age of Empires, he's on to play another game for 6 and then repeats.
Yep.
The man's doing the scheduling for 10 different teammates for every tournament there is. But there they are, loading into the next game.
I'm excited.
I'm real
2-2.
pumped. I'm real pumped.
Game 5 coming right up.
In terms of draft priority, Yo is ahead. But in terms of civ strength, I think it's easy.
I think they just broke each other simultaneously. So I think Yo broke Viper's draft by beating Magyars.
Yeah.
And then I think Viper broke Yo's draft by having success with the Cumans there on Crownwood.
Yep. And there's the argument with the Persians back in the earlier game as well. It's been a perfect series of Age of Empires. This best of 7 has now turned into a best of 3, essentially. Winner moves into the semifinal tomorrow to face Hera, and both these players will want that so badly. They're playing so well. It's been so even, Dave. We have Persians, which is in some ways expected. You have the additional wood and food at the start. Very good to mix in some docks. Bohemians we haven't seen very frequently.
I saw it a few times in the training games. In passing, I didn't see what the strategy was, but I think we can imagine with Bohemians, it's generally just survive until you get your power units in the Castle Age. Persians have been extremely effective on this map, though.
Yep. Yo has lost every game where he has not built units from his castle.
Yeah.
So I'm inclined to think that he's going to want a castle here. It's tough to get to, but I think if you get to Hussite wagons, maybe a mix of monks, it doesn't get very easy for Viper.
I mean, probably the greatest game of this tournament in the group stage, definitely, was MBL on Thames with the Hussite wagons.
Yeah.
And they were just putting out incredible damage, and especially once you get that elite upgrade, so difficult to kill. But does he get there is the question. His resources are looking decent. He's going heavy Navy
He's playing
in
Protect
defense.
the River. He's playing Protect the River. Viper needs to try and run around, and Yo needs to body block, because if he doesn't have an archer range back there, yeah, Dave, he wants to get to a castle. Viper should sense hold up and run right past.
He just wants to get to Castle Age at this point.
Yeah,
Viper's going through with the archers. Can he snipe that archer? He makes it very weak with the Hulk and the 2 galleys. Heavy naval defense here from Mr. Yo. So a mix-up from what we've seen strategy-wise on this map so far in the tournament.
I'm going to be critical with the cast.
Forward dock from Viper is really nice. Really, really nice here.
I'm going to be critical where necessary. I always have been when the levels get high. I think Yo could have maybe body blocked there a bit better and had the ship's position.
The archer is 1
never
HP.
part of the plan, Dave.
The archer is 1
archers.
HP, but he can't get it, and Viper is still through, and he has fletching. This is going to be very painful for Mr. Yo. How can he damage control this? He tries to take out that scout, doesn't quite do it, going for the market now, just desperately trying to get to Castle.
It's a demo from Viper. Oh, no, it's a demo. I canceled the demo. Oh, never mind. But Viper's forward dock is like,
Viper's going to go up to
down.
Castle Age first.
Wow.
Viper has the market.
Wow.
He's had uncontested fish with the Persians. They might click at exactly the same time, actually. Yo just uses the market right now. He clicks up. Viper is going to follow. Wow, what an even game here on the transitions. I don't think Yo is going to expect this Castle Age time from Viper.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm thinking about this at the moment. So I believe, and we don't really know now, that Yo's initial plan was just defend with water and drop a castle. But now you've had to sell your stone to click up, and you've shown skirm, which means Viper will likely go knights, and
play,
everything's fallen apart.
Pikeman hand cannon? Can you do that? Only the
I think
Bohemians can get them in
eventually,
Castle Age.
yeah. But
it's
you need
very
to,
slow, though.
You got to let him cook. You got to let him cook. I think you have to build up the eco first. So I'm inclined to think we just see town centers and monks for Yo, and he waits.
Demo on the way for
game,
Viper.
This Civ is so strong.
Actually on the way for Viper this time.
I don't trust it at all.
Okay.
It's not going to happen. There's no way that demo is actually produced. He's going to cancel it.
Dock block from Mr. Yo.
Let's go.
I really hope that demo comes out because there's no way
Does
past.
Viper scout the dock block though? This is an actual strategy. It is.
No, that's he dodged.
Well, you don't. The thing is, you don't really look for it.
He's
because
not
you
going to
don't
see
expect
it. No, he's not going to see it. He's going to come forward with these scouts, go to the wood line again, look for some value. And
That's
he
a
might
lot
try
of
and
ships.
distract this Hulk and then send the demo in while Yo is distracted, but it's just going to run right into those 2 docks.
Yeah.
Excellent play from Mr. Yo to add that second dock.
The
and
thing
good
is-
house walls over here, too.
The thing is, even if Viper doesn't kill Bills, his Civ is just better right now, at least economically. So he's still okay. He hasn't taken any damage whatsoever.
Freely taking the fish, right? Saying that, though, we have
Whoa.
res collected is pretty close for Mr. Yo, and it is the hand cannon play for him.
Wow,
So he
that's-
wants to go for the university and get chemistry.
That's super early, and Viper will see it as well. And Viper knows he doesn't have fletching, he doesn't have archers, he
nice
doesn't
ball.
have crossbows. So Viper should be able to expect hand cannons in the near future.
Here comes the demo. So no, he wants to take out the Hulk first and then,
then show the
surprise
demo.
with the demo. He thinks he's got
he's
a
a
strategy here. Viper thinks he's so smart. He tries to click through and now he finds the dock.
That's one of the rare times I actually look immediately to Viper's face to see what he's thinking. But it doesn't, again, it's
The knight
cute.
is there, yeah. He
It's
didn't
cute,
need it.
but it doesn't matter because knights exist.
And a second town center as well for Viper. So Yo is going to take a very long time to get chemistry and build into hand cannons. Viper's just going to build up his
Oh, man.
This is looking fantastic for the snake.
And the dock block, the dock's just going to go down,
The dock
dude.
will go down.
The dock's just going to go down. The demo's still sitting there
Regardless
patiently.
of the demo.
Yeah. Amazing job from Viper. He got max value from very low numbers,
It was an
and then he
underwhelming
turned
demo
it
from
into
Yo.
a Castle Age time of Just incredible efficiency. Second town center for Viper as we see him kill another villager for OKD. And here comes the Knights again, and the Hawk, and the Fires.
Viper has turned this set around. In 1.5 games, Viper has completely reversed the narrative on this set after Yo got 2 wins. And broke the Magyars on 10s.
Yeah, it's like he just completely transformed into this mega aggressive player. He's certainly found the ingredients here. And Yo, he finally finished chemistry, but he needs to get these hand cannons out fast.
Great snipe on the Monk there from Viper. The hand cannons are coming out. It is a very powerful composition, and that is what Yo is playing towards. Can Yo make something happen? Can Yo get his fish again? That's going to be vital when we're looking at producing these hand cannons long term. You need that fishing income coming in, and you need just a position here forward on the water. Viper might find a great demo against his hand cannons, though. Yo has to be careful, because they miss a lot.
Well, the thing is, Yo, he feels he needs to move out right now, so he's going to be moving over that river pretty shortly here. I've seen games where gunpowder, any form of gunpowder, can reverse this deficit.
Yeah.
That 11 eco leads great, 1 town center leads great,
Viper's
but this
teching
is
the
an
skirm,
imp unit for a reason, so.
He's forced to tech into skirm as well, and the same thing that is bothering me about Yo's eco not being on those fish, if Viper gets pushed off the fish, it's going to be equally as bad for him, trying to produce from 2 TCs, skirm, and Knight.
Really hard to get the balance. Also, hand cannons, they can snipe skirmishers. It's just skirmishers also have the tools for them. That's a little wasteful there from Viper.
No elite
Those skirms could be sitting in the range and waiting, and hand cannons could be into his base
great
here.
from Yo. He's taking a lot of damage from that fire. He also puts out a lot of damage. He'll clear it up as the hand cannons come in. Viper's trying to find a good angle to engage that Siege Workshop here from Yo. Maybe Yo can find some damage, but he runs right into the TC and the Knights are there. Good clear up from Viper.
Oh, it's so frustrating if you're Yo, because he needed to do damage, but he also needed to wait a little bit and wait for his mass.
I want to see more farms from Viper. I don't want to see him relying on this fish. I know it's so difficult right now, but you need to get the eco set up because Yo is such a powerful army. He will push you off of that food supply.
It's a little inefficient with your eco, but I really like guard tower. A couple guard towers along the river. A couple boats there, maybe, though that didn't look too good last time. Just a little bit more resistance from Viper. Certainly needs to have elite skirmishers.
Look at this army from Yo with the monks mixed in now, with the ram on the way.
I think Yo just does a really good job at recognizing I've done enough counter damage because now he's booming. Now he's dropping the second TC. At just the perfect time.
Viper needs to get off these fish. It's just so risky there. It's so risky. He's trying to go for a fire on this side. He's got the skirmishers defending. He needs to set up his farming eco behind, get some consistent food. As the Knights loop around trying to look for damage. Yo now adding a second town center. He's taken over the map control in the middle. Is it possible for Yo to push this back after Viper got so much early damage? He's ahead by 2k res collected. He's had basically the run of this game so far, but the hand cannons are extremely powerful.
Okay, so at like 20 minutes, I still prefer the Persians. At 30 minutes, maybe I still prefer the Persians. We get to 40, 45 minute plus.
It's looking tough for the Persians.
It's looking tough for the Persians.
Yeah.
Viper's bonuses are working right now. Eventually the tech tree gets awkward. And that's 17 hand cannons. Viper's got a lot of work to do here, Dave. This gets so difficult.
Demo's coming out. Demo's coming out on the pond. Or the river, rather, of Mr. Yo. The demo is flying in. Will Viper find damage? I've been looking at this dot the whole game, baby! Boom!
Wow, and Yo thought he was safe. He thought he was okay to go back for more. Now he's almost 30 villagers behind, but he's still pushing. We'll see if Viper can get another demo.
Oh, man. I've just been hard staring at that little dot on the minimap the entire time.
I mean, Yo got hit once. Now he should know, right? Now he's got to be careful. That flag should command a lot of respect. And Viper tries, and Viper won't get it. Oh,
yeah, you can only get one demo nowadays. Viper running away. He gets absolutely sniped, but the Mangonel comes forward. He's on the hill. He takes out the Mangonel and the villager from Mr. Yo. Great start in the defense here from Viper.
And Yo's still trying to boom here. So I think Viper's like, I brace myself, I hold, the game ends, but that might not be the case.
Show it again.
Beautiful demo.
Show it again. Demo comes in. Demo Raft taking 5 villagers, a big part of Yo's economy.
Yeah. That's why if I'm fishing, I always try and get away from people. Very dangerous out there. Viper's archer range will go down. Viper is just standing on his hill. I mean, long-term, Dave, the stone and the gold in the middle of the map, the wood in the middle map is all super important. So
I think Viper's got his eco set up at home, too. I think he's got some farming, some serious farming going on. Maybe not as much as I thought. Viper, I'd love to see him add some more farms. He's got the wood now. He's getting some good value, though, with these fires against the hand cannons, weakening a lot of them.
yeah, I mean, weakening's nice. Obviously would prefer a couple more kills. Knight's there as well.
Snipe the Mangonel doesn't get it. Good save from Mr. Yo. Viper's still committing for that, though.
Monk's
Does he
gonna
get
get
it?
sniped.
He does. Nice split.
Monk gets sniped, but Yo doesn't have the siege anymore, and Yo backs up.
Okay, what can Yo do here? He's still 52 villagers against 81. Viper is slowly pushing out. The Mangonel shot is kind of needed here for Mr. Yo, but Viper dodges away. He's also got the ram to hide some of the hand cannons in.
It's still just very interesting. Like, Yo is playing like he's all in, but he's not all in.
No, he's got that second town center.
Yeah.
He's got the third one in the middle.
Yeah. And he's got good eco upgrades. I mean, they could be better, of course, but I mean, this guy lost 14 villagers against Persians.
2 demos, 1 in each dock. He's
What are
he's
you
just
gonna do?
And the fire pops out again, and these fires have gotten really consistent damage
Yeah.
against the hand cannons. He knows they're going to die. He just needs to try and get as much value as possible, and that flag is really scaring me right now. He is staying at a respectful distance away from that dog. It almost might be worth getting the demo upgrade for Viper.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that is just another technology when you're already at the limit.
Yeah, at the limit with food, for sure. Cav Archer's now coming out for Viper. He already has ballistics. He already has that first armor
And a
upgrade.
big
Already
counter
has
rate.
bloodlines.
Big counter rate. I love this from Viper. He's showing Cav Archers for the first time.
Great counter rate.
He needed a counter attack. He needed mobility. Knights weren't working. Switching to Cav Archers was perfect.
Does he get the Mangonel? Yo's distracted.
That's so
He gets
good.
the Mangonel.
That is so good. This is exactly what Viper needed. He's had the eco lead. He needed to
The
find
demo!
a distraction. The
So
demo does some
underwhelmed.
damage. But, oh, man, Yo's getting pulled apart here, Dave. He can't keep up with it.
Yeah, he's so distracted with the raids at home. He's trying to defend against that. And every time he looks back over to Viper's base, he's taking losses.
God.
Big Mangonel shot there from Viper. The Cav Archers are in. Yo still has 65 villagers, so it's not like bare bones economy. He's still got this power unit in the hand cannons, but Viper has done such a good job to distract his attention and take good fights.
That might be enough for Viper. He might be happy with that one. The only weakness for him was he just needed more map control. Now he's going to freely be able to think
Double
about the
stable.
other areas.
Yep.
I don't mind double stable. I'd love to see him drop a castle, town centers, everything up there. He can fly with this economy.
Yeah, there's the 2 stables. There's the castle right there. The food eco is looking better for Viper now. Does he even know about that TC from Mr. Yo in the center?
Honestly, I think he was more active in
he
the middle
does.
than
Okay.
we knew.
If he brings an army over here, he might feel comfortable enough to put that castle forward on
man.
the TC. This is a great raid.
You remember earlier when you said it's nice to get wheelbarrow if your villagers just need to run?
Mm-hmm.
Not having it here is super painful because those villagers are so slow, and Viper's just gone off here, Dave. The last 3 games.
Yeah, there might be a raid as well from Yo over on the right side of Viper's Fish in the bottom.
Yeah, not much.
Oh, it's
Oh,
never
it's a
mind.
bear. Wow, great.
I saw flashing light.
Hey, listen,
right?
the casters at this tournament are only
Hey.
going to pay attention to the most important things.
I'm looking for possibilities from Yo.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they just seem to be dwindling. That castle is really, really tough for him. Viper now has a consistent part of that middle area that he has control over, and it's so difficult for Yo to push now.
Viper
Damage.
knows he's ahead. He's going to send Yo a message here. He's going to send Yo a message. We've got a war elephant out of the castle. He says, "What's up, Yo?"
Very good against buildings.
I mean, but it's also maybe a teensy little. It
does
might
that
be
just-
a little bit of a flex.
That just dies to the TC. That's the saddest war elephant ever.
That
That just
even,
straight up dies to the town center.
That's an even bigger flex. He's gonna make another one too.
Oh no.
I mean, Viper can't get too crazy here. He's still up against hand cannons, and monks can be very strong against elephants. But I think, again, Viper just knows. He's done so much damage, and
You know,
he's feeling
Tristan,
in control with the counter
Yo has
attacks.
been in a somewhat similar location earlier in this somewhat similar position rather earlier in this tournament against Hart.
Yeah.
He had the better late game civ, and he knew it, and he somehow survived. We cast that game.
We did.
But I think Viper has a slightly better Civ matchup here with the Persians, and he has a huge advantage. But let's not forget that Yo has dragged this back before.
What's the saying? Lightning doesn't strike twice or something like that? Or, I don't know. I'm pretty sure one guy got struck like 6 times.
7 times?
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, maybe the saying's not exactly accurate. But, yeah, I mean, that was wasteful from Viper. If you don't make those 2 elephants, you're on the way to Imp already. But he did force some idle time, and there's Viper on the way to Imp. Let's see.
Timing.
I'm looking at Yo's stone count, waiting for it. He needs a killer castle right now.
I don't think there is a killer castle to be found. That's a killer castle from Viper. He's going to place it a little bit further back. That's going to take out that other TC. So now both 4 TCs from Yo being threatened by castles that Viper can safely keep traps behind.
Speaking
and there's
of
the castle from Mr. Yo. Viper's going forward with the castle there. He sees it, immediately abandons it, and Yo is like, thinking about the follow-up.
Yo's like, wait, where are you going, bro?
Yeah.
Yo's like, I'm going to wait a little bit. Wait till you drop your castle, because I might want to beat you to it.
Viper has just dropped one. He's just dropped one, and Yo follows him there. Found you.
It's actually the best play to come back in this game.
Oh my goodness! If Yo can deny this, it kind of changes the momentum a little bit. I don't think it swings it in his favor, but it puts Viper on notice.
I mean, Viper maybe regretting the elephants
nice
now.
Attack round. Still has the demo in the dock. Still looking for big shots from the Mangonel. Going back with the villagers as well. The demo comes out. It's quite a sad demo on that side, but Viper is clearing up more hand cannons. Another raid coming in, and the castle from Mr. Yo will not be able to deny the castle from Viper.
Viper's castle just needs to go up, and he's good here. And the counter, this did significant damage the entire time. Viper's still been churning out villagers. He still is the better economy. We might honestly see Mr. Yo. And
he has another elephant, and he's got 2 more.
We might see Yo tap. We might see him tap when he sees it. This is bad for Yo. He doesn't have any siege.
Viper wants him to tap. That's why he's making multiple elephants.
Yep.
GG is called.
Wow.
Viper gets win number 3, 2 games in a row for him.
Viper, it's got to be feeling so good because this win streak he's on right now is looking so nice. I think in the previous game, we had seen Viper kind of go all-out attack to win. That was the first time I've seen Viper go for max value from low numbers and then spin that towards Castle Age and win the game with it. So many players would add scouts and archers and never be up. Love the patience there from Viper. I think Mr. Yo's strategy might have been something other than the hand cannons. I think he got forced into it here.
Yet another game where Yo takes significant damage early and then tries to claw his way back.
Yeah.
The hand cannons were looking very dangerous, but Viper did some key things. He added that second town center at home. He managed to get some good value with the ships and with his knights and skirms. And then critically, he got the counter raids in, and at that exact moment, he sent his defending army forward and got some really good value. Plus things like this, the demo.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah. The Cav Archers were huge. The Cav Archers were amazing. Really glad he made that switch. And I think this is where it all started to fall apart for Yo.
Yeah.
Yo had some potential, and then the second he gets hit at home, suddenly he starts to take one bad fight
Loses
here.
his army, he's 30 villagers behind, and things start to settle down in the game.
Yeah, beautiful setup from Viper. Here's the thing about Yo's last 2 losses, though. Those were his bottom 2 Civ picks.
Yep.
Those were not civilizations where he necessarily needed the wins in his mind. He thought there was potential with them. So I think we're set up pretty nicely here for the 7th game. Mr. Yo is in a do-or-die situation. He's fighting for his tournament life. I know he's got Tatars and Dorothy Quarries out there, and Viper already played Magyars. He already played Persians. He played all of his best civilizations there.
Playing in front of what's going to be over 3,000 people would probably be the biggest experience of my life in gaming since I have a son. He said since I have a son
way
as
to
a
clarify
qualifier.
that, Viper.
Because
Whoa.
well, I did the interview. He said my biggest experience in life. Then he paused. He's like, well, no, my son. Clearly.
That's fair.
It would be an absolutely incredible experience, so I can only hope one can get there. It would be a dream come true.
Well, I mean, as someone who's going to luckily be there in a different capacity, I can tell you it's absolutely a dream. These guys going at it.
How you doing, crowd?
Crowd's doing good.
Doing good.
Look at. I don't know. I don't know how many esports events there's been in this beautiful building here, but I can tell you it's an Age of Empires 2 crowd when everyone's got their legs propped up, baby.
Those seats are comfy.
They're like, the Age of Empires 2 fans are like, man, this place is very nice. Look,
Yeah.
back support.
Well, we need it.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, Mr. Yo ready to get started. I'd love to see the draft again. I just said that Viper didn't have his best civs for Dorothy Quarry. I think I was wrong, because I think he has Georgians still.
He does have Georgians.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have Georgians. He has Khitans as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember the final civilization.
Yeah, it might just be 2 left. We'll see that. And then for Yo, he's got Tatars. So I think if he goes Dorothy Quarry, he goes Tatars. We've just seen that so many times.
It's Romans, Khitans, and Georgians.
Interesting. And here we go. It will be Tatars and Georgians. So Yo's home map. Yo looking to stay alive, take it to a Game 7 to make it to the semifinal tomorrow. I'm expecting scouts.
They are so close.
That is not going to be the case from Viper. He will go for the archery range.
And they are so close, which kind of benefits the archers play a little bit more, right? If you're on the other side of the map, you're more inclined to go scouts.
Yeah.
They don't know where each other is immediately, but Viper's going to discover Yo. He's going to find the berries. This map is so tricky with early pressure. There's all these hills, which usually benefits the Tatars. But you have to make sure all your vills are safe, and Yo is just going for a full wall.
Yeah, but even bigger than that, he hasn't moved out with his scout.
Yeah, he hasn't discovered where Viper is, so he doesn't know.
Yeah. I mean, that can be fine. If you get the walls down and adapt, that can be completely fine here. But in theory, Spearman Archer pressure could produce some problems against Yo. Yo's scouts very much on top of it, though, Dave, and he should see Viper come forward if Viper has anything.
Yeah, he sees that spear and he knows he's really close.
Yeah.
Really
Let's see the micro here. Does he pull the spear back immediately? Of course he does.
Nice job from Mr. Yo. He's just delaying to get that wall up. He's fine fighting through the gap near his TC because his TC protects him, but he needs to get this wall up, and I think he's going to do it in time. Great job,
Viper
Mr.
needs
Yo.
to march forward, though. This is good for Viper.
He's going to try and hold it.
Viper knows exactly what's going on here. The deer actually blocks a little bit. That makes it really awkward to get the final palisade wall. There's a lot of spearmen here.
Frustrating for Yo. He gets tapped by the spearman. Viper is holding open the wall. Yo needs to stop these units coming in, and he gets the final tap. Let's go. Mr. Yo gets that wall up. It was a close run thing. Great block from Viper and great engagement on the scouts with his spearman.
Yeah, I mean, my God, that was crazy.
Yo. He's trying to go fast castle.
I think he wants Cav Archers, Dave. That's what he lost to against Herod. That's what everyone's been trying to get to on this map. I think that was maybe on Viper's mind as well. He should know the Tatars can go up pretty quickly. They get the extra food from the sheep. So Yo's still got sheep underneath the TC, and Viper's probably run dry there.
So we have scouts moving forward from Mr. Yo. Pretty weak. One spearman should be enough to defend here.
Spearman's not there, though, Dave.
Spearman is not there, and it's Tatar scouts on the hill. I think Mr. Yo is going to get a villager.
Yeah, Viper could go for some crazy quick wall right now. He could go for some crazy quick wall, and he actually gets the crazy quick wall.
Viper!
Viper says, not today. Not ever again. That was sick, man. Oh, and Yo's coming back?
Yo's coming back.
Viper, did you really think you're going to get away with leaving that villager there?
I mean, if he can quick wall the other time, why can't he quick wall there? It's a classic Viper moment right there. He's trying to pressure it.
Yeah, that's
maybe
funny.
a little distract. It's actually 4 spearmen forward for him.
He made a lot of spears and a lot of archers, and he doesn't have any food bonuses. So I think this delays his cast late significantly.
I mean, it forces out the tower from Yo, which is not a bad thing, because he could have sold that stone and put it into cav archers.
Or town centers as well.
Yeah.
Tatars left their town centers to get the additional sheep. Either way, I think Yo's looking at this. He's like, I killed a Vill. I'm on the way to Castlage. Viper's done no damage to me. I don't see Yo taking much damage here, Dave. He needs to house wall or palisade wall behind to the tower.
Tristan, Viper is getting arson for his spearman.
Not worth it. I mean, I'm about to be proven wrong, most likely.
Bop. Gets the other one right there.
It really lessens the
And then loses the villager on the golden.
It ruins the epicness of a quick wall when it's slowed down that much.
Yep.
Can we get a highlight of Yo's villager kill now?
I don't know, man. I don't know if we can look away. These spearmen are busting through that wall pretty quickly with arson. And they'll run directly into stone walls.
Yeah. Well, not full stone walls, though. It's interesting that Yo did it partially.
Yeah, but the tower kind of protects the area he didn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Castle Age on the way for Vipers, so.
There we go. It's only fair. It's only fair we get that highlight.
Oh, man. Classic.
Yeah. Well, Viper's now trying out Spearman against Stonewall, and I think he'll find that that's not going to work out too well for him. How many archer range does Mr. Yo have? He has had to leave a lot of wood lines.
He's got 2. He's going for the stable right now.
Oh, wow.
He's got a decent amount of food and gold, so he can get his upgrades. But Double Bit Axe was missing this entire time, and his wood income is not fantastic to keep the Cav Archers coming.
Well, also because he's building a second stable, Dave. He started with the stable. He's going Cav Archers. He built a second stable.
True.
Was that intentional?
I don't think so. That can't be intentional.
That can't. I would confuse me. If he
a rare
opened,
slip up there from Mr. Yo.
if he opened with double stable units, then obviously it makes sense. But I think that just because of Viper's pressure, he wasn't able to make the right decision.
Yeah, we're not seeing him produce anything from that stable. That is
that's a
big
misplay.
mistake from Mr. Yo, and he needed that wood to keep Cav Archer production coming out.
Does Viper know about the ranges as well? I wonder.
This is good pressure from Viper, regardless.
Yeah. The Viper, he should know about those ranges.
And he's going to find the Cav Archers on the other side, too. I think they're clearing up that army over there.
Yeah, so he knows now.
So he knows they're not sneaking their way over towards his base.
Well, scan Viper's base for a second because this is very open. So he's going to need to protect himself.
13
that
seconds
upper
away from
area,
Castle Age, though.
could be very nice for a town center, and he does have lots of archers still. Could find a crossbowman timing. Yo's woodline's looking pretty awkward. It's so nice to have mule carts here. Which
Viper
is why
will
Viper's
need to
gone
buy
for
the
14.
stone, though, because he sold it before, and he doesn't have the gold right now. So he needs to really keep track of these Cav Archers. I don't think he has much of a defense at home.
Oh, it's really painful to not be on the hill right now if you're Viper. The Tatars do more
I'd actually
damage on top of the hill.
I'd love to see Yo go forward with these. I don't see what value he's getting from fighting this battle.
That's
He's
not
losing
it.
to Cav Archers.
He fought before Bloodlines.
I think he would have gotten so much more value from sending those forward into Viper's base.
Imagine 3 ranges as well. 3
Yeah.
range Cav Archer production. He's a bit more patient there. Things could be much better for Yo, but Viper
Fortified churches.
already
That's
ahead.
a good solution.
1,400 resource collected lead for Viper, and he's the one who lost the only villager this game.
Why did Yo not send those forward?
I think he just so much. He needs to. He feels like he needs to stop Viper from hitting him because it's been non-stop Viper. It's just so much pressure, and now he has to come home. Now he can't move forward.
You don't want to be 1 TC defending with your Cav Archers after buying Castle Age.
Yeah,
You
also-
want to be aggressive. You want to be pressuring. You want to keep your opponent at their own base. This is not a great development for Mr. Yo. He still has Tatars, Cav Archers, so Thumbring is already in, and he still has a hill. He should be able to defend here, but Viper's eco is going to be ahead long term.
I think Viper will look at this army and say, "I'm going to lose this army. Let's just get crazy value from it before
And
it
he
dies."
is. He is. Ballistics is on the way. He's probably going to lose it before Ballistics
Oh
comes
man,
in, but
the
Viper's
micro
not,
difference.
Yo is not microing.
The micro difference here. The Cav Archers have the hill. They have bloodlines like they didn't before. Yo needed the numbers. Yo needs to save these villagers here. It is do or die for him right now. And Viper's just marched right up the hill. What a fight for Viper.
Viper runs right into the teeth of Mr. Yo's army, and he doesn't care. He kills almost all of the Cav Archers. Mr. Yo
That's
still
perfect.
at the limit with resources. He got some wood, but not much of anything else. He finally does clear up that army, and Viper is making the transition into +2 armor, elite skirm, ballistics.
Cav Archers doesn't do a damn thing now. It's actually a weird situation, but you're kind of happy you have 2 stables because you're going to need them.
You're gonna need to make those nights. You're not happy that you only have 6 on food, though, if you're Mr. Yo.
That's true. But maybe 2 nights with these Cav Archers is realistic in the short term. But Viper. Now, I said at the start, because we try and speculate on how a series is going to go, that if it goes late, if Yo can hold on in games, it gets better for Yo. Viper just pedal to the metal, man. It's been so good.
His army control has definitely been better, but that's always been the theme about these two, right? Whenever they meet similar armies, Viper is going to come out on top. Yo has to find a different type of edge.
Yeah.
He thought it would be the fast castle here, but I think he wasn't aggressive enough with the Cav Archers.
Viper's positioning is so good. He does lose a Cav Archer there, but the church there protects the front of the base. That's fine. The town center in the very back of the base is well positioned. He might have a lot of church setup. I mean, Yo will need to catch up economically soon. I guess we should mention that Yo is ahead by 2 villagers. So it's not as if Viper
He's
is...
behind by 2,000 res collected, though, so that gives
Yeah.
you an idea of how inefficient his eco has been and
Absolutely.
how efficient Viper's has been behind this. Fortified Church goes up just on time as these Cav Archers get here. Viper has ballistics for that. He's got Bodkin Arrow for that. He's massing up his Cav Archers. Another
Viper
Fortified
difference.
Church over here, as well as Yo adds that second town center.
Viper doesn't have free thumb ring. Viper doesn't have the numbers. Viper hasn't lost a unit yet. There were 2 dodges in there. Andy's had to save his villagers. Well played.
Dancing with the skirmisher.
Yep. Super well played from Viper. Yo, on 2 town centers though, population is 68 to 68.
He's got 14 CA now. He has 14 cav archers. I wonder if Yo can... Do you think it's a good idea for Yo to expand to the water now?
Maybe. I think for Yo, you've really got to focus on this fight right now, but maybe it's something to consider. Also, should point out Viper doesn't have bloodlines right now, and that's one of the biggest upgrades with cav archers after Thumb Ring. So Viper's cav archers might not necessarily be the best. Yo is another group of cav archers, but he's going to lose this one. The Viper gets him trapped here.
Nice snipes from Yo. I thought this army wouldn't really get much value
Agreed.
at all, and he kills 4 villagers, and he comes in again. He might be able to snipe another villager.
Yeah.
Ballistics and Thumb Ring is huge. He might be able to snipe like 3 villagers here. Mr. Yo trying to drag himself back into yet another game.
I don't
He's
know.
finding value, and look, there hasn't been a Viper army forward near Yo's base in a very long time.
Yeah, I'm really surprised there. I fully expected Viper to find the defense. I guess the skirms had
Ooh,
moved
he
out.
finds the villager, though. That's great.
Yeah, that would be forward siege there from Viper. But Yo's food eco is looking pretty decent now. He has 2 town centers. Maybe we could see him on a 3rd. Eco upgrades could be a lot better for him right now.
Nice snipe there from Viper, assuming the cav archers can hit anything with ballistics. Never mind. But he denies the siege workshop for now, which negates the pressure coming in from Mr. Yo. It's really tough for him to get damage with these cav archers. Viper has a skirm army on one side, a skirm army on the other. Mr. Yo has to be really careful with these cav archers.
Viper snagging relics. That's going to be relic number 4 if he can get it in.
TC
There's
number
TC
3.
number 3. Will Viper realize he doesn't have bloodlines? Working without a lot of HP, even not having husbandry here can really help hurt you. He does see the siege workshop.
Here come the cav archers. So dangerous with Tatars. The hill bonus, Thumb Ring, ballistics.
Yeah. Yo honestly might go for another unique unit here today, Dave. We see 12 on stone. I see a lot of gold. I don't think he has a market, but Keshix would be really good.
Yeah, it's a great combination with the cav archers as well. They take care of the skirms, and then the cav archers eat everything else. Viper trying to hide that relic. He's not going to be able to. Yo will snipe the monk. Yo has had a good few minutes here. We thought it was heavily favored towards Viper. It still might be slightly, but Yo has brought himself back into this game.
We are about to encounter a very similar situation as we did in that Thames game, where Viper's playing skirm defense. He wants to control the middle of the map, but Yo has added siege. And Viper doesn't have an answer to the siege. Now, cav archers are a bit better there, but here comes Yo.
We've seen this so many times over the years. Mr. Yo coming forward with an incredibly aggressive castle. However, Viper has called him out. He's seen the villagers. Viper losing the skirmishers on the other side, but doesn't matter.
Huge
Big
shot.
shot from the mangonel of Mr. Yo.
That's great for Yo. That's great for Yo. Viper still doesn't have bloodlines. Yo didn't lose that many villagers. The cav archers on the other side also took a really decent fight, and Mr. Yo is going to drop a castle there.
Villager lead now. Mr. Yo as he's getting damage done on Viper's economy.
I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. That's an insane play from Yo. But that's what it seems like he needs right now, because the last 3 games has just been all Viper. The Viper's aggression has been good here, but it hasn't been good enough defense behind it. That castle's going up.
Look at the eco from Viper. It's all over the place. He's got wood floating everywhere. His food eco isn't where it needs to be. 1 on gold currently. Is finally getting bloodlines, but for what?
Yeah.
His army already went down over there. He did a good job sniping some villagers from Yo, but that castle is going to provide a fantastic position and the ability to make Keshix. I just want to see Yo get that food eco under control as well. It's crazy for both.
If you just think about this map in terms of where you can expand your town centers to, the most important corner was the corner that Yo now possesses.
It's all flat.
That area is so wide and expansive. Viper's area of flat land is this tiny
What's this
little narrow
counterattack
region
from
on the
Viper?
right side.
He's getting guard tower. He's going to defend with towers, and then he's going to counterattack as well with his cav archers. I think his cav archers are approaching Yo's base. Let's see what Viper can do over here. Guard tower isn't a bad tick because long-term spawn towers can be really, really effective for the Georgians.
Yeah, I think there's a hole there between the blacksmith and the house.
He's going to
There's
run
a hole
right
there.
in. Yo
Oh,
notices
no.
right away, though. Yo can't block that army. He's got a TC up there. He's sending cav archers and a step lancer back. Maybe that's Keshik, never mind.
Yeah, but, you know, it didn't get all the units together there. It's kind of complicated because he's still microing on the other side. Well played from Viper. Yo is 0 on food right now because he's garrisoned all of his farmers. So his eco's not that great.
Oh boy, Mr. Yo needs to clean up this mess back here. on his wood lines that used to exist. His villagers are wildly inefficient,
man.
and Viper is getting so much value.
Viper can tell as well. Viper can tell because he focused down that Keshik instead of taking the Bills. Viper's like, oh man,
He
can't
hasn't
keep up
seen
with
the
this.
villagers over there, though. He doesn't know there's 30 villagers running away from Mr. Yo. He thinks the damage is to be done over on the right side.
I mean, if Yo can get enough stone for another castle, I think this one's going up. Because he's got a lot of bills around, man.
What a great game 6 here in our quarterfinals. Red Bull, Wololo, Londinium, amazing. The villagers are idled over there from Mr. Yo. The Cav Archers are still hunting. They're going to be
Viper's like,
found.
where is he? Viper's like, where is he? Because I have skirms in the north. There must be eco over here. And he'd be right, but he's not going to see them.
Yo just sold his stone. Viper has enough stone for a castle. Viper's getting handcart. Compare the eco upgrades, Tristan.
Yeah.
One of these games has been far cleaner on the economic side, and it's for the Viper. His resources are looking good. What damage can Yo do with these Cav Archers and this Mangonel? The tournament is on the line for Mr. Yo. It feels like he needs to do something.
Honestly, it does feel like he needs to do something. I'd like to see a little bit of patience here. Because right now, as I think about how this game scales, Viper Civ can't kill Tatar Cav Archers. And so what I don't want to see from Yo is like take too many risks. And when you've got that hill, take down the town centers, take down the ranges, and just eliminate all that space from Viper. I think if you do that, it gets really complicated for Viper, and you can maybe catch up economically. But man, does he need some farms right now too, Dave. It's really bad.
Well, that's why that corner is so valuable. It's very easy to farm over there in that corner, right? You mentioned it earlier. It's a good position to have, but the wood lines are still all over the place for Mr. Yo. Farming eco is looking fantastic, especially with the church boost from Viper. He's ahead by like 8K res collected right now, but Yo still has a super dangerous army of Cav Archers and Mangonels. Another counter raid coming in from
Yo
Viper
sees
through
it.
the same hole as before. Yo's going to try and wall that off. Doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. That's so annoying, but there's actually no vills there anymore, so it doesn't
Well, he killed all of them.
it doesn't really matter. 50 on wood for Yo, 6 on food, 7 on gold. Viper 31 on food. He's massing Manaspas. Feels very similar to that Magyar game where he wants to use his units to snipe the siege.
Manaspas aren't particularly good against Cav Archer, though.
Agreed.
So he's going to have to distract Yo somewhere else, potentially with the counter raids, and then take an engagement.
This is the
Similar to
patience I
last
wanted from Yo. It's not your feeling when you're behind in score, but taking down these ranges and the houses and just not overextending your army is so good here.
That castle for Viper gives him access to spawn towers as well. And he already has the guard tower, and he's got a lot of stone. He could start locking down the map and making it incredibly difficult for Yo to do
how did he
anything.
get there?
Wonderful. I
How
think
did
he
he
went
sneak
along
there?
the water. I think he went along the water. He's going to show up at the gold for Mr. Yo at the wrong moment. Exact same setup as last game. He's raiding on one side and attacking the siege on the other.
That's so good. Yo felt like he had this whole area blocked off, and then he had no eco in the north, so Viper couldn't do anything. He was never expecting a raid there. Viper goes in, he backs off on the main fight, and he gets a lot of villager kills with the Manaspa.
Still not the cleanest thing from Viper. He's just reacting, right? Yo's reacting as well. We see 1,800 wood in the bank for Viper.
Yeah, but man, Viper's got a lot on food. He's got a lot on food, and now I think Yo's looking to get more damage because he no longer has any ranges to target. Now he'll run into a castle. Suddenly he's got to go back the other way, and look who just took his hill. Viper just took the hill. He's got the army running up the hill. You got those units running in. Viper's kind of waiting for him there with more army.
More Manaspa coming in. So far this game, it's been Yo with the army lead, Viper trailing behind with the eco lead. But now Viper is catching up on military units, and Yo is going to have to do something about it. He's got 4 rangers producing Cav Archers, but his economy is nowhere close to Viper's right now.
Viper's like, okay, I can't kill the Cav Archers. I'm just going to have to kill everything else. He's on his way to him. Oh, man. Oh, that is such an important unit. That is such an important unit.
No!
Bro, if that's moving. If that's
Mr.
moving.
Yo!
Wow, that's crazy. This game can be so frustrating at times, right? But that's what makes it so
Yo's
amazing
going to
at the
have
same
5
time.
TCs.
Yeah.
And only double bid apps.
and no horse collar.
The Cav Archers are moving over to the right side. The castle has been discovered. The castle has been seen. The Keshik saw it.
Oh, dude. Well, I honestly, losing the Mangonels isn't too terrible because this is great value.
Viper, that's not going up.
Wow.
Nice denial there from Mr. Yo. A little bit of momentum to his side. Still doesn't even out the game by any means, but he needs a bunch of little wins to slowly build up towards the Imperial Age. Great raid again from
I
Viper.
wonder if Yo does a full-on eco upgrade check here. Normally, once you get one late, you think about them all.
He doesn't have the food. That's on-Q Vils.
Yeah. We'll
Get
see.
Bowsaw.
Let's see if
The
he
farm
considers
upgrades.
it.
He's busy with the Manaspa on the other side. Doesn't have really any Keshiks for the skirmishers, just one over there. Still trying to clear the raids, which he did.
And his
40 on food right now for Yo.
He should be getting horse color here. This is an upgrade that
100%.
should come to mind.
100%. 44 on food. I think a lot of that is farms.
Uh-oh.
Horse collar is necessary. Here comes Viper. Similar position.
Viper's actually
Yo
gonna,
earlier. But the Cav Archers are here.
Viper's going to drop a church there, which obviously would go up way faster than the castle would. And you can save the villagers. He does a big mix of army, but he lost his whole army on the other side.
Yeah, those Cav Archers are going to rip
He lost
through
his
the
whole
Manaspa.
army here as well.
Yeah, he's still trying to cover the right side. He's covering the left side with the fortified church. I don't know how long that's going to stay up. Mr. Yo's eco upgrade still in shambles. But the numbers on resources are actually looking quite healthy now for him.
The thing is, the units Viper's lost this game, crossbows, Cav Archers, Manaspa, he has lost some skirms as well. These are all costly gold units. So
He's
not
only
cheap
got 6
losses.
on gold right now, Viper.
Yeah.
I think he needs to maybe get some docks out or something to start thinking about the oysters if possible.
Yeah, no, at a certain point you definitely have to. I want to see Viper just play full skirm right now. You're up against like mainly Cav Archers, and he did get Bracer already, Dave, and he's still holding. He
He's still
5
pushing.
relics as well.
He's still pushing, and Yo is just struggling to get army count.
Does Yo tap?
GG, well played. Good luck next round. Viper through to the semis.
Wow, what a series, though. What a series. At a certain point, it felt like this was always going to go to 7 games. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But Viper just found another gear, went full send. In that game, he showed a lot of patience. And Viper will be moving into the semifinals. It's got to mean the world to him.
Felt like Yo had the momentum after game 3, right? He broke the Magyar's pick from Viper. I think Viper had to switch that from Crownwood over to Thames. And Yo got 2 wins in a row, but Viper clapped back immediately.
You love to see it. If you really think about what Viper did this series, it was a mix of everything. You had the all-in aggression, but you also had the more defensive macro-style game. So he was able to solve those questions or answer those questions. And there Viper is, everyone applauding him, of course. So many Viper fans in the crowd.
He's still that guy.
He's still that guy, dude. We'll see.
Semifinals, here we come.
Yeah, we'll see. It's got to be rough after you've won so many for Viper to have such an expectation. We're sending out him right now.
Thank you so much. Once again, let's hear it for the Viper. The series went the distance. It was a very intense match on this very last map. Y'all just kept on finding ways to like stay in the game, getting back into the game. Was there any moment in time on this map where you really felt like, I'm firmly in control? Or is that not a thing when you're going up against an opponent such as Yo?
Normally it's not a thing when you go up against Yo, but last map, right? Yeah, no, I felt like after the opening I was in a very, very good spot. So I think I made a lot of mistakes, but I just wanted to avoid the big mistakes where you can make a comeback. So I felt in firm control the whole time, but yeah, you never know with Yo. He is probably the guy that makes the most weird comebacks of everyone. So yeah, you just gotta make sure you don't give him an inch.
So when you're practicing, getting ready for a tournament, and especially for an opponent like that, how do you even approach that, knowing that literally anything can come at you? Are you just trying to get a lot of practice games in with MBL? Like, what's the approach here?
That's probably the best guy to prepare for him. No, both him and MBL have very special, distinct playstyles, right? So, for example, Bohemians on the one-map glasses, no one else would think about doing that. Yo, though, does it. It's very risky, but obviously sometimes it pays off. In this case, it was fortunately not. So, yeah, it was good for me.
It was indeed. Now, you ended the group stage on day 3 on a loss in 0-3. Was there anything from that loss or anything from the group stage in general that you were able to like take with you, adjust, and take into the playoffs now?
I think Leary and Yo are probably the polar opposites in terms of how they play. So I didn't feel too down after the loss against Leary. I felt like a lot of them were also like strategy civ-wise. I didn't feel like I played bad, right? So if you feel like you play bad, that's when you get a bad feeling. So no, I still felt good and confident, and yeah, I was able to play good today.
Now you do have the utmost pleasure of going up against Hera in the semifinals in a single elimination bracket. How do you feel you're going to stack up against him in your current form? And also, based on what you saw from him in the group stages, because he did lose a bunch of maps there.
Yeah, he did, but again, some of those losses were to MBL. Yes, I was like, you never know.
They don't count, okay.
No, obviously Hera is a formidable opponent. And, I mean, he has won so many tournaments recently, so it will be very tough. I'm not even supposed to be here, so like I'm just going to show up and do my best.
You're playing with house money right now, Viper. Thank you so much once again. Congratulations to TheViper. It's always an absolute pleasure to watch you in action. And what an incredible day it's been. Riley, has there been a treat?
Congratulations, mate. Oh, I'm sorry, just walked into you. There we go. Look at that. Stagecraft
right?
professional.
Yeah, right.
What a day we've had. Zoe, there's been ups, there's been downs, there's been smiles and frowns. We've had laughs, we've had tears. We've had a little bit of everything today. I hope people here have enjoyed themselves. Fantastic. Well, we love to hear that. Any standout moments for you? For me, certainly that set between Hart and Sebastian and the thrilling end we had in Game 7. Amazing.
Yeah, 20 push-ups as well, midway through the series. I mean, just players being built different.
That's
in
right.
general, I loved the quality of play we saw. It was competitive all day long in all series. We saw the Giants complete as well. Marine Lord did lose a map to Poppy Paw. It was a close series there. If this sets the tone for the rest of the playoffs, man, are we in for a treat.
We're in for such a treat, yes, indeed. And I know that many people here will be coming back tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing you there as well. Yes, indeed. And speaking of tomorrow, let's have a squiz at the schedule as we ready ourselves for the next stage of this tournament. We're kicking things off. Match number 1, Wham versus Vortex, Age of Empires 4 back on the menu. And then we're back in Age of Empires 2 for the rest of the day. Zoe.
These are such stacked semifinals. I mean, each of those you could also see in the grand finals. I love to see Sebastian coming in as the young gun, really competing with the very top here.
Yes, indeed. Leary versus Sebastian, and then Hera versus TheViper. Leary and Hera have had a day to prepare, to observe their opponents, to gather their strategy and prepare themselves for the match ahead. And we're going to have some very, very high stakes Age of Empires brought to life on this stage tomorrow, Zara. I can't wait.
Neither can I. What about you guys? You ready for more action? Short turnaround, because today went long.
For tomorrow? Yes, indeed. Well, that's it. That's all she wrote today, sports fans. What a pleasure it's been for us to bring you this broadcast, both you here in the room and at home around the world, wherever you're watching. On behalf of the entire broadcast team, thank you for being part of the success of today's show. I want to thank not only the people in front of the camera, my exalted co-casters and co-broadcasters, but my friends, there are a ton of people behind the cameras that you don't see, and it's through their work that you get to enjoy this broadcast. Let's hear it for the production team. You don't know they're there, but they do incredible work to make sure this show is what it is. And of course, finally, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Aegon by AOC, World's Edge, and Scan. One more round of applause for the people who make this possible. Thank you very much. But as I say, that is it for today. We're looking forward to having your company back here tomorrow at the Odeon for more Age of Empires of the very highest standard. Thanks for being with us. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you back here to do it all again. Good night.